streaming on YouTube or Twitch?
Yeah, it's YouTube right now.
YouTube, gotcha.
Yeah, so the idea to get 100 subs is to start, like if I get 100 subs, I'll start the series on Twitch. That's kind of the promotion. And then obviously 125, and then obviously 125 is karaoke, which is lovely. Why do you give me excellent? Why do you give me excellent, but Ludicolo is off rhythm? That makes absolutely no sense. Stream is healthy, my ass. Stream is
like the least of your issues, bro. Like it's.
In my opinion, it's a high key issue. Cause like are the slides gonna like transition that slow at like 2 FPS?
Well, as long as they transition at all, bro, that's fine.
Okay.
As long as it works, it's all good.
I guess. Alright, so while this is... Eli is so damn loud. I'm always loud as hell, bro. He doesn't know me, clearly. He doesn't know me well enough, bro. Like, I'm a loud person. We are a loud family. Like, this is not new. Freaking hell, man.
All good, bro.
I can read, okay? Just because my eyes are squinty, KJ, doesn't mean I can't read chat, bro. Oh my god, it's not that serious. So that means my mic was on. My mic's been on this whole entire time. My mic's been on this entire time. Dang. Oh, what a great start. Great start, ladies and gentlemen. Great start, ladies and gentlemen. I was supposed to be muted. We were supposed to be muted with freaking Ludicolo dancing. And I completely forgot about that. Oh, boy.
It's all good. It's all good.
Alright, since I can't find a way to mute us, I'll just type what I'll type the notes on what we're supposed to do.
Sound. They seem to be enjoying it, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a behind the scenes kind of thing for the viewership, you know?
Oh yeah. They can hear us smack talk.
Yeah, they can hear us be frustrated over Ludicolo lag and all that nonsense. It's great. Now, so... Okay, so the... Nope, wired keyboard first.
While Eli's typing the fan notes and stuff, the funny thing was we spent quite a while trying to work out how to crop on Mac OBS. It's usually if you're on like Windows, you just hold Alt and resize the window, but the hotkey doesn't work on Mac. So we spent like a good full 20-25 minutes trying to work it out. It's hilarious. KJ, I'm gonna be in and out because I'm gonna be traveling. That's unacceptable. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stay put, KJ. Stay freaking put.
You better not fucking move.
Do not move. Unless he has to do the Stairmaster today, in which case he has no choice. But at least he's on a Stairmaster and it's like a stationary kind of movement, you know? I know he has a Stairmaster Day, I just don't know when it is. Third slide. Hey, can you ask chat if they want like battle music, lo-fi, or in between? While I finish this up.
Lo-fi. Fuck the chat. I want lo-fi.
You want? All right, we're just gonna chill out when we do the intro. Perfect. Because what do I have? All right, what do I have loaded on the chill side? Oh, I'm not playing from the playlist. This is raw. This is raw mirror beat. Where's the library? Where's the library? Son of a.
A little bit of raw mirror beat.
Yeah, it wasn't from the playlist. So I thought I could just scroll down and find the lo-fi that you've been desperately craving. I need it!
It's part of my contract, goddammit.
Okay, so it turns out I only need. So it turns out I only need. Okay, so these are the only notes I have. Sweet.
Hell yeah. Fun fact, by the way, gang, if we can get Eli to 125 subs by the end of the stream, we'll do some karaoke for you. So if you're not...
Man, I was saving that! Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
You ain't saving nothing.
What does KJ always tell me to do? Woosah. Woosah. Woosah.
Woosah.
Alright, there's your notes. Because everything after that is pretty much straightforward. We just
I got you.
yeah, we know the timing for the rest. Alright, so for the lo-fi, it starts. The lo-fi starts. Okay, the pure lo-fi is just literally Meloetta from Indigo Disc for an hour. Is that okay? That's literally the only load. That's the only thing I have loaded here, unfortunately. Because I loaded it like last night at like 12:30 in the morning.
It's all good.
Alright, as long as that works with you. F the chat, bro. They were telling me I'm too loud. Bro, y'all don't know me. Like, my whole family's loud. Like, that's how we are. Come on now. What do you think this is? What do you think this is?
When you got Eli to do this, you knew it was going to be some kind of experience.
Yeah, I'm the most unfiltered person of all time, which is a blessing and a curse.
That's why we enjoy your entertainment so much.
Very unfiltered. If you need me to, like, censor certain things, you came to the wrong place, I'm afraid. You came to the wrong place. Who is here, anyway? Shadow. Where's the other Shadow? Where's the other Shadow person?
Too many shadows, man.
Bro, there's Shadow Ace, there's Shadow Lade, there's Shadow Stitch.
Stitch, yeah.
Gengar Heracross used to be Shadow Heracross, if I remember properly. So, like, there's... Oh, jeez.
Too many fucking shadows, bro.
I just don't get it.
Be right back, changing my name to Shadow Burnett.
You might. You might. Alright. Alright. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Onesie, where'd you go, bro? There you are.
I don't know, where did
there
I
you
go?
go. He was hiding in the shadows. He was hiding in the shadows. He was hiding in the goddamn shadows.
I was indeed. I fucking was indeed.
Oh, we are here. We are here. We are here. And there's Meloetta. Hello, Meloetta. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us. By the way, I just got the... Yeah, I had the haircut on Saturday. Oh, no, turn the other way. The other way was better. Whoop, there's my camera.
Haircut looking very,
Woo!
looking very.
Ooh, I had to do it to him. I had to do it to him. But yeah, as you can see, the thumbnail on the top right corner. If we get 100 subs, I will start the NCAA live stream over on Twitch. I'll finish the series. We have a playlist on the channel for all the recorded episodes. I'm referring to the Grand Canyon University that I was doing, from the transition from the horrid Gen 8 all the way to Gen 9 with timer. Yes, Gen 9 with timer. I think the timer wasn't added until, like, home or whatever. If I remember correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the timer was added just in time for the home Pokemon to drop out, such as Meloetta, for example. But... And then, obviously, as Onesie already leaked, without my permission, if we magically hit 125 subs on this stream, Onesie and I will be doing karaoke. Yes, right here. Yes, I have... That was the one thing that did, like, normally properly work, was the karaoke source. The karaoke source is up and ready to go. So, without further ado... Yeah! What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Live the Rebel. I'm here with the wonderful Onesie Bayonet, PDD Season 1 champion. And we're giving y'all the full draft breakdown and power rankings, my beautiful people. So, I already gone over the logistics on this slide. There is one logistic on the next slide that we have to go over. So... As some people pointed out here, I know it's just a title slide, but look who's bolded and look who isn't, bro. Look. I mean, the reason why Onesie's bolded and I'm not, because again, he's the champion, I'm not. Hell, I didn't even make playoffs. A certain Rock of Kings had to freaking, you know, take that away from me. You know, I was ready. Onesie, I was ready for you, bro. I was ready for you, Season 1 quarterfinals. Really, I had a
ready enough, bro.
Yeah, I had a Misty, Terrain, Volcanion, and everything, bro. I really did. I had it in the builder just sitting there. I was just like, all right, it's about that time. And then King Rock just wins out. I'm like, okay, all right, that's just how my season ends. Like it didn't end on my terms.
Any of them?
No, like I did my part. I had to win out. I had to win out my last 2 games after I played, like, you know, like a softie against Shaded. I did my part, right? Regardless of what the hacks allegations tell me. You know what I mean? So, but that's why Onesie's bolded and I'm not, even though I'm the host. So, hopefully for Season 3 I can make playoffs and then I can be the one that's bolded. Okay?
My face has disappeared from the stream, by the way.
It is?
Yeah, it's disappeared.
You've gone. Where? He's hiding in the shadows again. Mom. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. I don't want to go presenter view.
Yeah, I think you've got to have the Discord thingy open.
It was open, but then when I blow it up on full screen, it's gone.
Ooh.
He just goes bye-bye. He just straight up goes bye-bye.
Fucking dipped, bro.
Where did chat go?
Oh, I came back and then I disappeared again.
Okay, so what if? Cause like, okay. What if I hit present? No, that does that. No.
You get some live troubleshooting, boys. Live troubleshooting.
Because if I present at full screen, you were missing? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
But you weren't missing on the first slide, so I'm confused. Oh, here you are. Oh.
And now I've gone again.
That's impossible. I can see you right now. Your hand is up here. That's impossible.
It is. It is.
It's just resting there. That's impossible.
It is. It is. And now it's gone.
How? There's no way. There's absolutely no shot.
Oh, it's come back. It's come back. It's all good.
Okay, I just had to refresh the thing. But then I don't know how to get to the next slide. Unless I have to
use your arrows, right?
Well, because this is OBS. What if I just timeout.
Frank says he loves boomer streams. Shout out to the boomer streams.
Bro, for real.
That's what we do, boy.
Alright, come on. I don't know how long I can hold this pose. I'm gonna figure it out. Someone can time it in the chat. I'll hold it. Because this is how I saw him when he came back. This is how I saw him when he came back. Okay? Leave me alone.
Hand down, bro.
Alright. If I go... Alright, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm still there.
Am I still like this? And your hand is down? So is my hand up and your hand is down?
Your hand is up for no reason.
Okay, and then chat can see both of us?
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
Oh, alright. Alright, so the title screen logistics are out the way, so it's you know, KJ, Killua, Blazeman, and yourself were part of the committee for, you know, the rules and all that nonsense. What's it called? So 110 points, 10 to 11 months, pretty standard stuff. The only thing that's not standard though, is the new Terra rules. We have a 25-point Terra budget for 2 to 3 captains with 3 types. So I call it the kids menu because it's 10 points and lower. It's 10 points and lower with the following exceptions. Yeah, like, you know, the kids menu is 10 and under. This is the kids menu for Draft League. 10 points and under can Terra with exceptions. But the new twist on it, what's unique compared to all the other leagues, now you have to value in the typing itself. So it says here each mon costs their value against the Terra budget, and each type will cost points. 1 stab for each Terra captain will be free. 3-point types are Water, Fairy, Ice, Steel. 2-point types, Dark, Fighting, Fire, Ghost, Psychic, Electric, Flying, Ground, Normal, Dragon, Grass. 1-point types, Bug, Rock, Poison. Onesie, you have any thoughts about how this all, like, you know, panned out and everything? Like, you thought the 1 to 3 point like spread was just enough? Like, do you think the typings are in their proper places, or maybe 1 or 2 types are a bit priced incorrectly?
So the 1 to 3 types thing, this whole Terra thing was my suggestion. It was my idea for how we could do Terra rules a little bit differently. I think in the end we were always stuck in a bit of a rough situation because some of the types are always better on some mons, and you know there was never going to be a way to do it sort of perfectly. But we wanted to try something a bit new for this season. We wanted to eat from the kids menu. We wanted to have it like a bit more fun.
Yeah, bro.
The Terra bands up there are there because we were going through the list and we were like, oh, this is broken. Oh, and this is broken. And we had a finalized list. Then we went back over and we just kept finding more and more things. Like, we very nearly allowed Terra Ente, which I was like, hell no.
Terra Ente was about to be legal? Oh, boy. Oh,
yep, boy. And you're welcome that it's not, because that thing is fucking stupid.
The Banded Sacred Fire do indeed... It's pretty hot. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
The Banded
so
Sacred
KJ priced most of the types, and I think he did a very, very good job with it. I have no, I haven't really got any notes on it. As I say, it's always going to be difficult to work out which types are fair to go in 2 points, which types are fair to go in 1 point. But
and plus, not only that, like it's a unique system. Period. So like we are the first to try this system out. I genuinely don't know any other league that's making you pay for your type to Terra. So
yeah.
So basically, TLDR is just okay. We took what PPL did and we added, you know, a little like seasoning on it. That's basically what happened here.
Pretty much, yeah. We added a little bit of paprika onto the PPL rules, you know.
Yeah, shout out Paprika, by the way. You know, the child of salt and pepper from Blue's Clues, for real.
Fucking goated.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all the logistics. That's pretty much all the logistics. So from this point out, so we're gonna go through picks 1 through 16, the teams as a whole. Like, so like when you see pick 1, you're gonna see their whole team. Then pick 2, 3, so on, and then after that, we're gonna go over, take a little stream break to get the power ranking slide set up. So, Onesie, you ready to do this thing? You still there? You can still see yourself, yeah?
You know it, bro. I can't see myself on the stream. I'm afraid.
You're lying. You're lying.
I'm not lying. I wish I was lying. I tell you that. I wish I was lying.
So I have to hit escape again.
The way I see it, I'm going to end up, like, popping in and out on the stream. It's fine, as long as, you know, you see my face every now and then. Just, you know, get it back up and drop off when needed.
Oh, gosh. Alright, but this part, like, is just, yeah. Alright, so, hold on. Just... Alright, we'll use this as a chat break. We'll use this as a chat break. Yeah, everybody loves the kids menu. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, cause the kids mac and cheese hits harder than the adult mac and cheese. I'm telling you. Have you ever been like hungry, like, but not like, you know, hungry to have the like adult like plate at the restaurant? That's what I mean by that. Like,
see, I can never do that. When I'm at a restaurant, bro, I'm getting the fucking biggest thing there. I'm getting whatever's gonna cost
oh damn!
Have like 3, 4 plates. I'm a hungry boy when I eat up.
You're just porking out then. Okay, Porky the pig. Oh jeez.
Yeah, man, take me to the buffet. I'll fucking wreak havoc.
All right, switch. Dashing said I was frozen! Dashing said I was frozen!
Oh, damn.
And now it just shows that. Lovely. Now it just shows that. Lovely. You can you can see the Scarlet version of Onesie Bennett on the left hand side right there.
Scarlet version, bitch, I'm the Violet version right now.
Yeah, you're the Violet version. The Violet version came to play today, but you know what? All right. Goodbye, Scarlet version. You had to go. Goodbye, Scarlet version. It's been real. FaceTime built in. No. What the hell?
It fixes it like 9 times out of 10.
What do you mean it fixes it 9 times out of 10?
I mean,
what? Like no, like the hit. What the scar? What like what? How is Scarlet version of Onesie Bennett fixable? Like, answer me that. Is that what you were asking?
No, I said turn your own camera off and on.
Fine. Remove. Back. This is... Oh, what else? Yes, Dashing. We are all here for the Scarlet and Violet versions of Onesie Bennett. We love it. We love that.
When am I gonna get the blueberry version? When am I gonna get the fucking indigo version?
The Kid Akami version. The freaking...
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Plot twist. There's a 4th Ogre Pond Max. It's the onesie stone form. It's the onesie stone form.
Oh, bro, it's just Ogre Pond with my face.
And now you're gone also. This is grand. This is grand.
Yeah, KJ says he's going to have to get in the lab with you and teach you OBS.
One of these days.
Yeah,
One of these days. I mean, today would have been really nice, but again, like he's been quote unquote moving, so
Everybody gangster till Shadow Gallade steals the teal mask to murder you.
Who the heck wrote that? Who the hell wrote that? Oh.
KJ says he's drafting Ogerpon onesie round 1. I mean, that's why it's round 1.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's kind of why it was a 16-pointer, right? Because like you control, isn't it the saying you control the Ogerpon? Like once you take one mask, you take all of them. That includes onesie stone form. That includes onesie stone.
You get the onesie stone form.
All right, we're just gonna get.
We're gonna go forward without the face cam.
Yeah, we're just gonna move forward, and then that way I can just follow along with chat too, I guess, to an extent. Let me open chat. There we go. Hooray! I own onesie. Yeah, congratulations, KJ. You got it, boss. You got it. First overall pick, Ogerpon onesie stone form. You heard it here live. You heard it here live. Alright. Alright, are you able to see my slides currently? Otherwise I have to read them off to you. Oh wait, you know what? He completely left. Because my disc crashed. He completely... That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That is wild. I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't even know like you DC'd from me like that.
Hey, that wasn't me DC, and I was on the whole time. It was you dropping.
Yeah, that was wild. All right, so we're gonna. All right, hit it. All right, so we're taking this. Disable this. Disable this.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Okay, so your window is back on. So your window is back on. But then mine is just fried. Mine is just fried. So
yeah, maybe we just go with
that's just the game we play, ladies and gentlemen. That is the game
the game we play.
That is just the
We'll get Eli back in the lab and we'll teach him how to do some OBS.
First pick went to Blazeman of the Winchester Metacham. He took Satoshi Kikoga, first overall. I mean, when you look at this team, like, well, first of all, let's talk about Satoshi Kikoga really quickly. Obviously he doesn't have the haircut anymore from Alola, so that's gone. Which first of all is a huge disappointment. Aesthetics wise, right? And then, but the way Battle Bond is reworked now is as long as you don't switch out, if you get the kill, you pretty much get Quiver Dance. You know, +1 SPA, +1 SPDF, and right? Is it +1 SPDF in speed?
Yeah, it's speed, special attack, and attack. So you get
it's
+1 to your attacking stats, yeah.
Oh, it's +1 to attacking and speed as long as you don't switch out.
Yeah.
I used to think that ability was bad. I used to highly disrespect the ability because you switch out, you can't get the boost again if you get kill number 2. But what kept happening against me was like I'm letting my things get chipped down. And then once Greninja gets the kill, then things just snowball into oblivion. So that's kind of where Infernape, Scizor, and Thundee T go in. You have 2 elite U-turners and a Volt Switch Mon right here, and then just some other pieces surrounding it, such as, you know, Gengar, Terra Gudra, Terra Sandaconda. Shout out Don Mephisto, by the way, for making Terra Sandaconda like a real thing, bro. Yo, bitch want my Louis bag, you know what I'm saying? Yo, bitch want my Louis bag. Oh my god, bro. He's been, to be fair to Blaze, like, I know it was a reach, like, what, the 2nd wheel? Right? Like, he could have gotten it the 3rd wheel, but I think it was just because the fact that him drafting it in BBR, but it was Komodo Terra instead. And by BBR, I mean the SummerSlam, not the actual roster thing. But the SummerSlam tournament thing or whatever, he had Terra Komodo and not Terra Sandaconda. But we would look at matchups together and would just be like, damn, you know, this Terra Sandaconda would have went stupid. And now he finally has it.
Sounds like it's Blaze learning from his mistakes then, because this seems like a mon that he's going to be very comfortable with. Ah!
Ah! I forget the black keyboard. I forgot the black keyboard was the one that's active. I
God fucking damn it.
Nah, what you think about this team, bro?
I'm gonna be scared to talk because halfway through my sentence, I'm just gonna have Eli screaming, bro.
No, for real. You can go now. Let me get another water bottle, cool off.
It's all good. It's all good. So I like this team because there's a lot of momentum and a lot of really offensive mons there. The Volt turn cores are very, very strong. Obviously, Greninja. We saw what KJ did with it in PPL Flare, sorry. And it basically was just every single time we were prepping for PPL Flare games, it was like, oh, Greninja goes in here. And I'm pretty sure as well, there was a game that Blaze mocked for that I helped KJ build with. And Greninja got like 5 kills. And Blaze was just like, oh, now we need to fucking play with this thing. So I like this team. There's some good, like, fat bulk. There's Screamtail, which is good on both defenses. There's Gudra, which is good specially. Knuckle Stack, which is fucking young Knuckle. Good physical defense.
Hey, don't disrespect Lil Knock X like that. Don't do that.
Hey, I got no issue with
Don't do that. Don't do that. We are all Lil Knock X stands over here in the world of Eli.
I've done calcs with this thing. I know exactly what it can do.
Okay,
It is
all right.
It is pH fat. It is fucking fat.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm just
like,
checking.
That thing does work.
Just checking.
So it's a very balanced team. There's not really any exploitable holes that I can see. They've got answers to Flying Stab with Lil Nak X.
You got Lil Knock X as a flying resist. You got Thundee T to offensively pressure out said flying types. You also have Wind Rider, Bramble. So, you know, you get immunities to things like Hurricane, Bleak Wind Storm, Heat Wave, all that wonderful stuff. You know what I mean?
This is going to be a very awkward team to prep for, because every time you think you found a way to punch through holes, you're going to be like, oh no, Gengar has fucking ghost typing, so my fighting type isn't going to work. Or, oh, flying, I can't use Hurricane because of the Bramblegast. So this one's going to be quite awkward. Not so much of a fan of the Terra Gudra, but that's just personal preference. I know it can do a lot of work. I think I would have preferred to have seen the Terra on something like the Bramblegast or the Knuckle Stack.
Or the Knuckle... Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one, bro. Because I think when I was making the slides, and freaking I had Lil Knock X with the Terra icons, and KJ was just like, I love how you have them on, even though Blaze literally told you he was not going to do that. And I'm like, bro, it is a beta test. Calm down. It's a rough draft for a reason. Nah, but
Knuckle would have been fire with that Terra, don't you think?
Yeah, but going off of the, prepping awkwardly and, oh shoot, there's Gengar. He's not the only sludge waver on this team now. Satoshi Kokoga, ladies and gentlemen, also gets Le Sludge Wave, which is so huge for it because the amount of times people try to land Gunk Shot on things like Clef or Sylveon or whatever, and they go left, woo! Woo! So having an accurate poison move to hit the fairies is so nice in my opinion.
KJ says he's kind of against the Terra Sandaconda, but as you say, there are so many matches.
I beg your pardon?
So many matches where it's good.
I think what he means by against it is probably the election for Terra Grass. If I was using a Terra Sandaconda and I couldn't have both Fairy and Water, I'd drop one of them for Dragon simply because of simply because of the move Scale Shot. So the idea is to, be loaded dice and Coil, Scale, Rock Blast for the fighting type, for the flying types, and then EQ the rest. That's what I would do. Exactly maybe that's why KJ's saying that, but you know what? Well, you know what? We always have, we have deadline days like 5-6 weeks from now. We'll be fine.
Yeah. The only thing I have about the Terra Sandaconda, the current Terra types it has are going to kind of force it to be defensive. Whereas, as you say, if you put the Terra Dragon on it, you get the loaded dice Scale Shot Coil set. It is a threat. It puts in so much work.
Right.
So if I were you, Blaze, I would look at maybe getting rid of Grass. I know you don't have a Grass type, and I think that's why you've done it.
You don't have a Grass type? My brother in Christ.
I know the Bramble's there, but that is not a Grass type.
I mean, I say Bramble ass as a joke. It's actually pretty decent.
It's decent, but it's not decent as a Grass type. So having a bulky Grass is like, it's an archetype. It tries to pad out the rest of the team. I don't think it's the best as a Grass type. It's not the bulkiest. It can't take hits as well, and I think that's why he's gone for the Terra Grass. But it's not what I would do,
Yeah, it's not the Terra type I would choose either. But I've been proven wrong many times in my draft league career. So
you know it, bro.
So I'm excited to see. Blaze put in work with this team. I'm excited to see to see him upload again and things like that. Because if you haven't checked out there should be a copy and paste in the server somewhere. But go ahead and check everybody out, bro. Starting with Blaze, because my man's been killing it in an Ubers league with Magirna and Rain and all that wonderful stuff. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Poetic.
Yeah, man.
Now we can move on to pick number 2. Pick number 2, I swear. Bro, this man Killua, stay scheming, bro. He stay haxing in-game. He stay haxing in the draft order, bro. Bro, the Ecuadorian Envy is on a mission. On a mission, bro.
Every single league I've seen him in, he's the first or second. How?
All top 3 and not 3. I'm livid right now. I'm livid right now. This is an Ecuadorian Envy team, bro. He has an Envy Pokemon in Terra Espeon. You have okay, can you just go over the full team before I punch a wall, please? Oh.
Right, so round 1 pick of Gouging Fire. That in itself is understandable. Everyone's having the time of their life talking about how fire this thing is. We've also got the combination of the Rillaboom and the Horlucha, which, that won me the league last season.
Yeah, it kind of did. It kind of did. Yeah.
Honestly, it carried me through some of those playoff games. It's a very solid team, and it's going to be fun to see if your boy, the Ecuadorian Envy, can carry it forward. But then you get past that, and you see there's a Torkoal and a Walking Wake and a Victreebel.
That's not where I thought you were going a different direction with that. Because just when you think you've dealt with the gouging fire, just when you think you've dealt with the lucha boom and the torque hole, that means Gambit has 5 bodies ready to sucker punch you to the next dimension.
Bro, King Gambit is absolutely insane. Like, it wins games on its own.
Yeah, I didn't use it properly. Last season, like it was relegated to like a Rocks and T waiver because I don't know what hazards are. Period.
It's funny that you mentioned that because there's only really 2 hazard setters on this team. You've got the Torkoal, you've got the Quagsire, and then you've got King Gambit, but King Gambit doesn't want to do that. So hopefully it doesn't end up having to be a stealth rock bot this season.
No.
What do you think about this draft, Eli? Go on, tell me about it.
It's the most Killua draft. It's the most Killua thing to draft. Like, first of all, can we just appreciate the fact that he actually drafted Gramble? I commented on one of the videos like, oh, what fairy type should I try out next, or what fairy type should come back? And I said Gramble in the comments, bro. And he finally picked up he finally picked up Super Fangmon. I love it. I really do. I think the Intimidate support is great. You have a lot of coverage on it because it used to be a normal type before pre-Gen 6. So that explains all the coverages, all the Fang moves, and all that fun stuff. Did it keep Heal Bell back?
I don't think it did, because I've been looking at trying to pick this thing up myself, and that's the big problem I can see. There's not any Wish Passer on this team. Well, I guess you... did SP
yeah. Usually for Wish Passing, any evolution checks the box, but Espeon is what, base 50 HP? How often are you gonna pass that?
Yeah.
How often are you gonna pass that? You know what I mean? But Sun has been probably the best it's ever been, period. And as long as Killua plays this offensively and pushes the pedal to the metal and sacks the Torkoal properly with the Heat Rocks still intact, either Gouge or Wake is going to win the game, in my opinion. And if neither of them do, we have Glider, we have Gambino, we have Hawlucha, we have Hawlucha end games. But you've been building with Killua in the past before. Don't you guys love fast defoggers and stuff? You guys aren't afraid to use defog on things like Hawlucha and Noivern. You think that's also why Hawlucha's on this team?
I think Hawlucha was, because I was helping him draft this as it was going. We have a little server where we talk about things, and so behind the scenes, Killua says he did not want to draft a similar team to what he normally does. Now, if you look at Killua's stuff, he is always incredibly bulky offense. He drafts fat, but also strong. He's a bulky offense kind of guy.
Well, that makes sense,
yeah. He looked at what won last season with my Rillaboom Hawlucha. He looked at what I was facing with the Sun Walking Wake and thought, you know what? I'm going to take the best parts of the team that won and the team that made it to final. So he's got a very offensive team here. There's some really cool stuff on here. I think Gramble is a really smart pick because, as you said, all you have to do is wear down the opponent's team, and Super Fang helps you do that so much. He's got the Water Absorb with the Quagsire as well, so you can't really, it functions as a check against rain teams. It's very smart. The Espeon here is very smart as well. It gives him a speed tier he didn't already have. I just think it's a very smart draft, and it is going to be so annoying. And don't sleep on the Victory Bell.
Victory Bell is I call Victory Bell, Venusaur at home, because it literally does the role that Venusaur does. But the thing is Venu isn't allowed to Terra, I believe, because it was 11? Yeah, Venu was 11. Yeah. So this is the next best thing. Terra Victory Bell. You get Terra Fire Weather Ball. You get Terra Fire.
Offensively, this thing is better. It is stronger. It has better offensive stats. And being able to Terra, this is better than Venusaur has ever been as a Sun abuser. This thing is going to be fucking crazy.
No doubt about it. I really like the Terra Ground on top of it, because otherwise just Grass and Fire Terra would allow you to get walled by Tran, but you don't with Terra Ground. So as long as you get rid of the Air Balloon, Terra Ground, Terra Blast will boop stuff. Yeah.
It will absolutely boop stuff. And this is going to be a contender. I know what Killua can do. I know what my boy, the Ecuadorian MV, is capable of. This shit's going to be crazy. And hopefully we can get 2 caps in a row for Chucho de Holucha.
Yeah, that would be a sight to see. Holucha winning back-to-back. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
It's a busted mon, bro. It's a busted mon.
Yeah. All right, we'll take... did anybody say anything specific that stand out to you in the chat? I can't. If I exit it and try to open it, then stream will freeze.
My favorite thing is Dashing said this team gets 6-0'd by Wish Cash.
Cash Splash 100-yard dash. We'll get to him. Don't worry. Just sit tight. Just sit tight. Pick 3.
We've also said KJ says there's no more Azu because Killua always drafts Azumarill.
The Awoomaril, yeah. The Awoomaril. I got shout out the Woo. You know what I'm saying? Grr, bow. We have Razor at pick 3. This is Razor, right? I hope so. No, is it Razor? This is Razor, right?
Yeah, the Galaxy Brain Gallipods. That's Razor.
Yeah. So. He was one of the few people that used what's it called? Well, because Killua used Grace Period as well. But at one point, bro, this Razor team was just Valiante and a bunch of RU-NU stuff, bro. It really was at one point, once upon a time. I mean, it still kind of is, but like the upgrade from Meloetta to Reuniclus, like, just made it okay. Iron Valiant. Then Reuniclus at UU, and then the rest is just RU and NU. But KJ tells me that Razor can just outplay anybody, so despite the fact that this team seems lackluster power-wise, supposedly Razor can just outplay you.
I've been in a few drafts with Razor. I've known him for quite a while. We played a lot of Gen 8, a lot of Gen 7 together, and he's one of the most interesting players to play against because he'll draft teams that have so much synergy and then kind of lock himself into like a pattern of building. But I think this team, if you look at some of the mons here, you've got that Moltres Galar, you've got that fucking Empoleon just chilling there. This looks like a bunch of really fun mons that he wanted to build with and couldn't work out how to put them into a solid team together. So
you want to talk about fun? Look at the bottom right there. Look at Terra Flygon, bro. You want to talk about fun? It can't get more fun than that, bro. Can't get more fun than that.
Burst, right?
Oh, that's Terra Normal for the Boom Burst, yeah. You know, because Metro Boomin does indeed make it boom. That's just how it goes. And the cheeky steel to resist the random Scarf Ice Beam or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or the Ice Shard to resist. Yeah, it can't get more fun than Terra Flygon, I think. What else do we have here? Yeah, obviously Iron Valiant is here. And then bro just went straight to Empoleon at 12. I don't know how I feel about Empoleon, because didn't it lose Defog but gain Roost or something?
I think it got both. I think it kept both. I think Valiant Empoleon is one of the better ways to pair him on with Valiant. Empoleon covers basically every one of its weaknesses and can flip turn into it. And also, I like the fact that Empoleon punishes Defog. But I don't like the fact that there's not much hazards on this team. You've got your Colossal, you've got your Stealth Rock Diancie, and that's basically it. You're not.
You,
really
you have
gonna
your
want
you have your
top
T-Spikes Tentacruel, but he's more of like, hey, let me sit on these T-Spikes and spin them away. I don't see a world where he's gonna set them up himself. I don't think.
Yeah. There's a
Um,
lot of individual threats on this draft, but I don't know how well they're going to work together. I would have liked to have seen more hazards. What do you think?
yeah, I totally agree with you. I think more hazards would have allowed competitive Empoleon to shine, because the idea is you want to, grab as many hazards, or, get like a Hisuian Samurai or Cleaver to do it for you, and then on the defog you just go hard Empo and just profit. But I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's weird. Yeah. Like, I'd like to see more hazards as well. But like, I think he traded hazards for fun, in my opinion. You have the Terra Flagon. You have the Terra Flagon. That's literally like one of the things that's holding it back. Is like, yes, Flagon is a fun Terra Cap, right? But it is a ground that does not get rocks or spikes or any of that stuff utility wise. It lost Roost, it lost Defog, so it's really just here. Like, it better bop some things. Or otherwise, like, Razor might need to find himself a new ground with actual hazards.
I'm being informed that Flygon does now get Stealth Rock. I was unaware of that. I was unaware.
Wait, you know what? It pulled a Hydreigon. It lost Defog and Roost for rocks. I literally said that somewhere.
Yeah. I was going to say, because having only... And I totally blanked on Empoleon getting them itself, but it doesn't really want to get them. It doesn't really want to put them up itself, because it needs its coverage moves, it needs Flip Turn, and it needs Roost. So it
can't like, you need to be Roost 3 attacks for the most part. Yeah.
Yes. So I like it a bit more now that I realise that Flygon did get rocks, so that does kind of synergize a bit better. Yeah, I think.
But what do you think though? Do you think like Stealth Rock was a good buff for Flygon, or would you rather have it have Defog and Roost back?
I think it did better with Defog and Roost. I do think it did better with Defog and Roost, because it had a better defensive profile of getting rid of rocks than it ever did at getting them up, because there are so many ground types that get rocks and spikes now that it was more valuable for it to be a levitating defogger that's not weak to Stealth Rock, But now that I realise those two get Stealth Rock, this could be a very interesting draft.
We will definitely see how like Razor goes about it, especially like who is going to be like the rocker on the team. Or it could be like, I've seen people run, rocks on 2 different mons, depending on which one gets thrown out in the bin first.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I've seen like the Empoleon Valiant combo. I think that is probably the best mon to pair, the best steel to pair with Valiant. I love the fact that it can Flip Turn into Valiant and allow it to do the choice specs Moonblast thing. I really...
Yeah, because I think that is the best set in draft. Is like a lot of people think like booster is the best. The idea is to like boost the speed, then set up and win. But I think the raw breaking of like band or specs just puts in so much more work. From the games that I've been seeing in like other leagues and things like that, both on the Wi-Fi and the Showdown circuit. You're right. Yeah, Flip Turn into Specs / Banded Valiante is disgusting.
I also like the fact that we're pairing Colossal and Diancie with Flygon and Electros so that you can avoid those earthquakes. I like the fact that we've got that bulky Reuniclus in there that can take a hit and get the Regenerator back off. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah. Reuniclus having, access to, regen, magic guard, and being, hopefully that's another mon that Empoleon can Flip Turn out into. You can Flip Turn out into Reuniclus and start acid armoring, calm minding into Oblivion. That's another one. If Razor wants to go that route, then so be it. It's also a Trick Room deterrent.
It's one of those
on
paper. you look at it on paper and you think, oh, it doesn't look that great, and then you start thinking about what the Mons individually can do, and it's like, oh, okay, there's a lot of synergy here. There's a lot of stuff that can help each other out. So it's going to be a threat.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything that chat said that stands out to you before we move on?
On chat, I've just been talking about Flygon getting.
It's just been the
Stealth
rocks
Rock
thing. Guys, it got rocks now. Guys,
people are saying that
hey.
it works quite well.
All right,
It's one of those. It's one of those.
It's one of those kinds of chats today. All right, it's fine. It's one of those kinds of chats today. Bruno, Chernobyl Dragalges, Pult Treads Florges as your DFS core. And it's not just any Florges. It's a Terra Florges on top of it. Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh me. Oh my. Ugh. Ooh. I mean, I would have loved Terra Ground on Florges as well over Poison, but it looks like you have Braviary Hisui for that instead. So, I trust Bruno in the reasoning behind that. Obviously, you can't go wrong with Rotom Wash on pretty much any team. Like, it's just a fat, washing machine at the end of the day. You have Grass Resist and, Chestnut and Intimidate Arbok if you're feeling that kind of game, Like, yeah, it's just, like, what do you think about this team, bro?
Right. So I'm going to talk about the good before I talk about the bad, because there is a lot of good here. Treads and Uxie as a combo that I used last season, and they are so nice together. I fucking love Treads. Uxie was probably the MVP of the season for me, so that is going to be very interesting. They've got a very good Fairy Dragon Steel core, as you mentioned there, Eli. And Terra Florges is a threat. Being able to change what you're weak to on a Calm Mind boosting Mon is hella good. It is hella freaking good. I am disappointed that there is no Terra Arbok, and because of that, I do think it's a bit of a bait Mon. It's not as good without Terra.
Well, I think the idea behind Arbok is I think it was because a certain, Rock of Kings took the muck. I got tilted and put Arbok right away, thinking it was my turn, but it was KJ's. So Bruno probably saw that and was just like, oh shoot, I need a grounded poison to get rid of T-Spikes too. And I think that's why that's here, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it could be.
But like you said, Terra, it could be like a Terra Poison, Terra Dragon, and Terra Fire Dark. It could be more fun.
Killer was saying Ace Treads Uxie be looking familiar. It does look familiar.
It really do though. But why did you say Uxie was the MVP out of all the demons you drafted last season? I'm really curious behind this.
Uxie was the one that whenever I gave it a role to do on the team, it did that role perfectly. Like, there's only one game it let me down in, and that was just due to hacks. Otherwise, it would have 1v1'd Iron Moth, which is...
that game. Yeah. Up. I can already see Dashing typing away right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. We'll get to you. We'll get to you. Don't worry. But yeah, no. Me personally, I find Uxie to be the most passive out of the three. But the way you've been using it, it actually you assign it to do a thing. And it does the thing just fine. Like, nobody really sets up on it or anything or takes advantage of it, except for Dashing, because that's hey guys, that's just him.
Well, put it this way, bro. In playoffs against Gravy, it 1v1'd a Dragapult because I used T-Wave Encore and just fucked it up from the rip. It is a sick mon that does exactly what you tell it to do. It's so customizable.
Yes, it really is.
Player that if you like memeing and running kind of crazy sets like I do, Uxie is perfect. So knowing Bruno, he's gonna do some fun stuff with it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I love the hazard
actually,
control. It's unique hazard control on this team as well. I'd like to
yeah.
point that out that, on top of tread spinning, you also have the only court change mon in the game, period, in Ace. Ace this gen has been really, really interesting. Like, obviously back in its introductory gen, it was obviously broken with Libero being able to change multiple times, but even though you're only now allowed to change types once via Libero, it still puts in, it still has its roles. Like, it doesn't need to be the banded P-ball set every time. On, for example, like on ladder, you could be fast wisp with court change. You can also be, if you're facing rain, you have like the random like electro ball to hit Pelipper for some reason. So like the diversity in Cinderace's moveset is there. And even without Libero, like, it can still put in quite a work simply because of the raw speed stat alone is going to allow it to be faster than most things.
Cinderace last season for me only actually got about 3 kills in the entire season. Like, and that's not because I did bring it offensively quite a few times, and it did, like, whenever I wanted to break walls with it, it broke them really well. But the problem with Cinderace was that it was doing the job I needed it to. Like, against King Rock, I brought it with Will-O-Wisp to deal with a Terra Poison Glastrier off the rip, and it did its job perfectly. So it's got, as you mentioned quite rightly, it's got a lot of diversity to its game. Like, there's so much you can do with Cinderace. I didn't even bring Court Change once. Like, I didn't need it.
Well, because you probably had treads on the spinning roll, to be fair, right? Like, if you have treads on spin duty, like, why bring court change on top of it, It just frees up the spot to be offensive, But it depends on how, on how Bruno's feeling. Does he want to feed Ace some kills, or does he not? In your case...
And with the other offensive options, he doesn't really need to. With the Dragapult, with the Braviary, he's got options.
Yeah, I really like to see Terra Braviary, go do some things. Terra fighting, as we saw like last season when Dashing had it, it gets superpower. So like Dashing superpowered the crap out of a T-Tar, which was cool. So now Hisuviary can get Terra boosted superpowers and or just raw Terra Blast off the special attacking side. And then you have Terra Ground to make up for Floor just not having Terra Ground. So, I mean, this team is solid. This team is super, super solid. I'm not going to hold you. You have hazard control. You have, like, literally the only glaring hole is just Arbok. I don't know how many games he's going to come, but, we've been proven wrong before. Shoot.
You know it, bro. I think if I was Bruno, I would look at getting a different poison instead of Arbok, because if you're not going to Terra it, I just don't see the point in it. There are other bulkier poisons that you could run with, like Eviolite, that could do Arbok's job better than it. But prove us wrong, Bruno. Prove us wrong.
A fun fact about Arbok, it is actually the Pokemon that has gone through the most design changes in all of Pokemon history. Based on, like, if you see, like, the flames coming out on the side, that's been changed 7 times throughout the course of the 20 plus years that Pokemon has been around. But probably won't see that. Probably won't stick around for that long on this team, I'm afraid. But deadline date is many moons away. So, moving on.
So Shaded says that Cinderace, due to how horrible removal is overall, is like top 5 removal options, and that's really funny. That is very true.
Yeah, it went from like top 15. Yeah, no, it went from like top 15 to like top 5 in draft format, based on like how limited it is. Based on how limited
Boots
it is.
Course Change is just such a good removal. Like it's solid.
Like, cause like we forgot to mention the interaction it has with screens. So if, Veil or dual screens are set up on the opposite side, you can court change and steal them away. In VGC specifically, I was facing G-Max Resonance Lapras, and I just court changed his Veil back to me. And now I had Veil behind Dynamax Togekiss. It was beautiful.
Yoinked the fuck out of those screens.
Yeeted them. Phoenix Incineroars. Now, I have to mention this really quickly. This team at the start had like Ogerpon in the final round with like Mudsdale, but like Mudsdale's a fraud after Gen 7. So like what happened is that Blood Moon, I think Jack had Blood Moon, and Gray had Blood Moon, dropped it because the Toucan Sam just wasn't gonna cut out for him in his mind, so had to drop the Blood Moon and move some other pieces around. And CJ picked it up. He picked up a new Terra Captain in Duraludon instead of Tatsugiri, and then a Dodrio for speed to fill a speed gap, and Leavanny for webs. What do you think about this team, bro?
Right. Firstly, the graphic. I didn't even see that was a Corviknight in the middle until about 5 seconds ago. It blended in with the background, so that's really funny. No, it's cool. It's cool. It just made me laugh, bro. There's also a Terra Jolteon there, which, as you know, an electric ice fairy. Terra Jolt was probably second best MVP on the team last season.
It was actually Terra Normal before the Blood Moon trade. So it was Terra Normal over Fairy when the draft initially happened. But after reworking the board around a little bit, had enough points for Fairy. So yeah, this is probably a top 3 Terra Cap right now in our league.
That's a shout. That is a call. That is a take. It is a good Terramon. Top 3? I don't know. It's definitely up there, though. It's a very, very good mon. And if you play around Jolt, it is just insane. So I'll be interested to see what CJ can do with it. That Duraludon, a Terra Duraludon. What? Newly Eviolite using Duraludon. I don't know what this thing is fully going to do.
Well, you have you have Terra Dragon to get out of, to just be completely to just get out of, what's it called? No, it does no. Fire's the one to get out of being neutral to Fairy. Dragon is just Terra Stab Draco, period. And then Water is like, for defensive purposes and things like that. It could have been Terra Fighting for Body Press, but you have an elite fighting type in Urshifu Rapid. So this is more like Duraludon's here. Like Duraludon Terra Water is going to, if it does Terra Water, is going to be on a defensive profile with a Violite. It still doesn't fix the Spadef problem, but it helps, it helps a little bit. I guess a Violite makes it, not... Because, again, our Chaladon, which went undrafted, by the way, only has, 60 Spadef. Compared to, Duraludon's 50.
65, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
50, but with a Violite, it can, and some investment, it can take some hits. It can take some neutral hits. I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. We didn't even talk about Boulder. Hold on. Wait. How did we go over all these Terra Caps and miss out on Big Boulder here? It's not a rock, it's a
not
boulder.
Just a rock. It's a boulder.
Oh my, bro. Now this is going to be because I talked about Valiant earlier being a better Bandit or Specs breaker than a booster cleaner. This is going to be the booster cleaner. Not just for this team, but for pretty much any team that drafts it this gen. It hits the, what is it? It hits 124 speed or something. It hits, I know the value is 381, which is still bananas. Right? Plus booster, and then you just SD and profit on the Mighty Cleave, which, like Surging Strikes, Mighty Cleave goes through Protectando, which is insane.
And this team just said, "Fuck your Protect. I'm hitting you anyway."
Oh yeah, no, it really did. It really did. Before the Ursaluda Blood Moon trade, and I don't know if CJ's here to like back me up on this, but Blood Moon is going to be like, because without Blood Moon, you're relying on Terra Jolteon and Terra Duraludon to be special wall breakers. So having Blood Moon on top of those two is really, really nice. And obviously being able to pick things off with Vacuum Wave is also nifty.
Mm-hmm.
Now if the other Ursaluna had Mach Punch, then maybe it would be, maybe it'd be on par with, Blood Moon, but that's another topic for another day. Any final thoughts before we move on?
I like the fact that we've got webs into potential banded Shifu, banded Boulder. Like, that looks kind of nutty. Leavanny could really, really wreck house. Sylveon, I fucking love Sylveon. It's always consistent, one of the best fairies in the format. Like, it's always good no matter what, how good you are.
Yeah, bro, that's Specs lead against Aperator, aka Adam. Woo!
He just started screaming and wouldn't stop.
Yeah. I hope CJ can get one of those this season. I hope CJ can get one of those this season.
I hope so.
Did you peep the ensign? This is the only shiny that I used purposely to match the shiny ensign on CJ's logo. This is the only shiny that I used for the slideshow today. Just literally for that purpose. Yep. Look at it. Look at it mirror each other. Look at them mirror each other. Yeah. Mirror each other. Just
literally the same render. I love it. It's a good one. I would have liked to have maybe seen Terra Dodrio. Maybe that could have kind of gone ham, but I like the Duraludon pick. Dodrio, bird spam. It's going to do its thing. So this is going to be a scary, scary ass team. You're going to have to prep for about 5 different individual threats. Otherwise, one of them just wins. So good luck to whoever plays CJ. You're going to have a hard time.
Yeah, you certainly will. You certainly will. Obo is next. Latos and Chi-Yu. We could just stop the analysis right there. Latos, Chi-Yu. That's my analysis. Go.
That's all you need, bro. That's all you need.
Nah, but I think Iron Hands is just icing on the cake on top of those two. Just to break down it breaks down the steals that Latos doesn't appreciate. It breaks down the waters that Chi-Yu doesn't appreciate. Yeah. Okay, that's my analysis for real. Take it away.
Firstly, shout out to the Skarmory, repping last season's champion. You fucking know it. Second point, Iron Hands. I love Hands. It's a very good mon. I worry that it might get overwhelmed and be forced into a defensive role every week on this team, because it's basically like that and Skarmory, and you can kind of count Vaporeon, but Iron Hands is going to get overwhelmed into a defensive role if it's not careful here, so I think they've got to keep that in mind. Chi-Yu, it's nuts. It's just nuts. In some games, it just wins. In others, you just run fucking banded Specs Fire Blast and it just wrecks house. Yeah, it's a team. It's a hard fucking team. It's an Obo team.
Do you know what Phalanx does here? Do you know what Phalanx does here? Because I don't.
It clicks no retreat, and that's it.
Yeah, but like without Terra, will it actually like put in work after said no retreat? Is the question.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think if they were going to bring it, it needed to come as a Terramon. Rampardos is fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't like it as a Terramon here. It already does all the damage you need it to without Terra.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to click, Head Smash, and it's going to do like 70% to resists and still fail to kill those resists even when you Terra. So you could get away with a different role for Rampardos. It lost Rock Polish as well, I think, so it's not like you can use Terra defensively to get up a Rock Polish and win. So there's no mind games. I wouldn't have done it. I would have gone for the Terra Phalanx. But it's Obo. He's a fucking great player. I've been watching him since like Gen 7.
On top of the Terra, the Terra disagreement with Rampardos instead of Phalanx, I also want to point out that this is the one time where Terra Grass would actually be sick on Mimikyu. Cause me personally, like Whimsicott, don't get me wrong, like I love Whimsicott, but it's more of like, the prankster, it's not really a hard hitting grass type. But if you were like Terra Grass on Mimikyu, you have access to Terra Grass Woodhammer, at your disposal over ground. You know what I mean? On top of the dual stab. Maybe fighting, could have been an option here for Obo, but like, that's just like, that's just if I was piloting this team. You know what I mean? But but really,
I think the better the better Terra options here was Vaporeon able to Terra?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I think maybe we'd have gone, if I were looking at this team, I'd have gone Terra Grass Vaporeon and then done Terra Phalanx, because at least then you get different options and you can use it as a bit more of an offensive an offensive breaker.
Yeah, you would get like Terra, you get like a defensive Terra in Vap, and then you'd get like an offensive one in Phalanx, just in order for it to no retreat and profit kind of deal. You have breakers in Latos and Chi-Yu already, and you have hands to pivot into just pretty much everything the board has to offer. So that would have been a great Terra options for Vap and Phalanx.
I think a very important note as well is Glimora is the only removal. The chat have just noticed it as well.
Skarm lost Defog. Skarm lost Defog. Whimsicott lost Defog. Latos lost Defog. You are strictly Mortal Spin on Glimmer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
that's gonna be hard.
I don't know if what's it called? Because Gray had Mortal Spin, had Mono Mortal Spin, and made playoffs. I mean, it worked out for him.
Gray also traded away for Lurantis. Did still have Defog. So he was 0-4 at that point as well. So Gray had to do some hard work to pull it back and make playoffs. So Mono Mortal Spin is not really a great idea. So maybe look at trying to remedy that. Grab yourself a spinner. Try and find a cheap defogger. Get rid of that fucking Phalanx. Unless you're terroring it, it's kind of useless. And there are some 3-point defoggers you could pick up. Just looking off the top of my head, you've got the likes of. Let me just get the thing open. You've got Lurantis, which is available. You've got.
Wait, are we talking about like grass replacements? I don't think Whimsicott needs to be replaced.
No, not grass replacements. No, we're looking at just what's available.
Oh, for hazard removal that's not named Glimora. Oh,
so
I get it.
You've got stuff like Lurantis. You've got Tidy Up Furret, which is actually a dope Terra Captain. You've got Swanna. You've got.
Bro, I keep forgetting Swanna is a Pokemon, bro. God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
Wartortle as well with Rapid Spin. These are not good options, but you kind of force yourself into it at this point. So
yeah, because like Glimmer's like real sets like that you want to be running in draft is like, either the hazard setting like rocks or with toxic debris, or you you rock polish, weakness policy and reverse somebody, the last thing you want it to be is just on Mortal Spin duty with rocks and dual stab, or like a random E-ball. Like you don't want it to do that every week. It's kind of like the problem I have. Like it's kind of like the problem I have with BWL. My only defogger is Shift Tree.
Oh, you poor soul. Oh dear.
Oh dear, yeah. But like you said, Obo's a good player, you know, so he'll figure it out, you know? He'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out. I think there's definitely some changes.
Is it like this song? I feel like this. I think it's just this song that's too loud, but the other ones were fine.
Yeah, maybe it's just this song.
Maybe it's just this song. Let me change this a smidge before we move on.
Yeah.
Did chat say anything else?
Well, Shaded said this team tries to match Hazard's arm, which isn't a bad idea in fairness. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but also you've got a lot of mons that really do not want Hazards on the field. You've got a Chi-Yu, which you're not going to want to have to run boots every week on it. You've got an Iron Hands,
and that's the thing with removal. That's the thing why we want to have removal outside of Glimmer, right? Because of you don't want to be boots Chi-Yu every goddamn week. It thrives off of Scarf or Specs. Or the occasional eject pack. In my case, when I had it in PDL.
I went double fire just because, like, I went Talonflame to give me extra defog just so I could not have to run, I just have to not run heavy duty boots every week, and it helps out so much. KJ also said Jack made playoffs with being Mortal Spin. No, Jack went 0-3 with only Mortal Spin. He then traded away for Lurantis to give himself another defog option, and then won out from there. So he traded to get more removal before he ended up winning out. So
does history repeat itself? Does history repeat itself, or will Obo break or will Obo change our minds? That's the storyline going into this. Does history repeat itself? Will Obo go 0-3 just for Mortal Spin only? Just for mono Mortal Spin? That's
well, you know what you need to do if you want to beat Obo, just run Stealth Rock bikes. Let's go.
Hey, it's my team. I get to take a break now. Whee!
Hell yeah. I get to talk about fucking team. Oh, dearie me. So, Eli, what to say about your fucking team? It's absolutely insane. The Great Tusk, Primarina, Latias core, first three is an insane combo. You've picked up some mons like Raikou and Registeel to follow it up with. There's Cleavor there for free Hazard. I really like this team. I really, really like this team. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. I like Raikou as an electric type. I always think it's a little bit overpriced for what it does, but I can appreciate it here. You've got several removal options with the Talonflame, the Sand Slash, and the Great Tusk, which is very nice. Terra Virizion, that is looking very interesting. It's probably the best Terra user out of it and Cobalion at the moment, because Cobalion lost a lot this gen. Electric, Steel. I like the Steel because it obviously eliminates flying weakness. And Electric kind of also does the same. It's good offensively for it too.
Did you finish?
Speed tiers on this are looking.
Oh, he's still going.
Not quite.
He's still going. All right, I'll be right back. Sorry.
There's a lot to talk about as well in terms of the speed tiers. You've got a lot of haste speed tiers. You've got your 110. You've got your 126. You've got your 108. You've got a couple of 85s. It's good. It's a very super well-rounded team. Shaded has just put in chat as well. He's not sure about the Alolan Slash, so I would like to get your opinion on why that's there. But all in all, I think this is a good team. You've done well here. It's going to be very hard to break down.
Oh, he finished now. Beautiful.
He did.
You said something about questions, so like I'll take questions now, I guess.
Question: what's the deal with the Sans?
I got sniped. A certain Rock of Kings had to take my poison type, so I recreated a poison type. So the idea,
I love it.
So the idea is, well, you're gonna be immune. I can be immune to the T-spikes, or I can just naturally become a poison type and just stand on them and cancel them out. That's why it's poison. I can obviously upgrade to, you know, a better, you know, typing, but sometimes I'd rather, you know, just stand on T-Spikes than, you know, having to spin them away. And speaking of spinning, I have upgraded. Bro, I went from Decidui Defog as my only remover to 4 different forms of removing on this team, ladies and gentlemen. Bro, I am so happy right now. Like, I am ecstatic for this team simply because I have a hazard control. I quadrupled from season 1. KJ is like, you know, so happy for me. Blaze is so happy for me. Like, bro, it's a time to be alive in the world of Eli with all my options here. You know, it really is. Next question.
There are only two sort of criticisms I have of, and one of them is just a nitpick. The first, you're gonna struggle to break on the offensive side outside of Great Tusk. Like, if you have something that is able to, you know, deal with Great Tusk's like coverage, they might struggle to break down things like, well, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like, you know, if you're trying to rely on Tusk as a spinner, you might struggle to break offensively on the physical side.
Well, that's why I got a second spinner. That's why I got a second spinner,
well,
but
yeah.
Go on.
That's why I said these are just nitpicks. I really like this draft. But the other nitpick, I would have liked to have maybe seen like some kind of way of kind of exploiting the slush rush with the Sand/Slash Alola. So maybe like a Galarian Slowking with the chilly reception. Maybe something with.
Well, I didn't have any plans with. I didn't have plans on getting Sand/A. Period. But if I if I really want to, I can. I have no problem. Like I've been able to set up my own weather manually before. Like I've run things like Sunny Day Rotom Wash. I've ran Snowscape Mew. So I have no problem like setting snow for myself if I need to with Sandslash, if the matchup allows for it. And there is some hail teams in this. There is a hail team in this league, so I could use like Sand/A to my advantage. Actually,
that's why I'm saying, bro, it's only a small, tiny little nitpick. But outside of that, I think you've done very, very. I have no notes.
Alright. No, that's I appreciate that. Yeah, I apologize if I can't expand on things like any further because I'm saving them for the DA. All the DAs should be out 1/5, so January 5th if they post them. They are optional. But like, you know, mine's I know like I think like over half the league is gonna do them. So over half the league is gonna drop draft analysis on January 5th. So that's why I can't say anything more about the team, to be honest. But you said you liked it. Did chat agree? Disagree? What chat say?
Even Shaded is saying this. He says it's a super well-rounded team. KJ says he's really happy that you listened to his Terra Virizion idea, which is very smart. And they've kind of agreed that you're going to struggle to break on the physical side. But apart from that, you've done very, very well here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do with it, bro.
Yeah, I'll actually say this before we move on. Terra Virizion, I debated on a lot of, like, because, like, the reason why, like, the whole Terra Virizion thing started as, what's it called? My Terra options at the time before Viriz were, like, Registeel, Talonflame, and maybe an Umbreon. And those were, like, defensive Terra things, right? So, like, I wanted an offensive Terra. Not like, Dreadnought offensive, but, like, you know, I get the little... It gets Trailblaze now. Verizon Wireless gets Trailblaze now, so maybe I can Trailblaze an SD. Who knows? That's what it came down to, really. I was looking at stuff like Terra Alcrem and freaking what's it called? Grafii and all this other stuff, bro. And Trevenant, and like obviously KJ was not on board with those. Like I'm comfortable with using, you know, 2 of those 3 mons, and I wanted to try Terra Alcrem because for some reason it's banned in SPL and I wanted to see the hype. But then KJ reminded me I had a whole ass Primarina. So,
Dang.
that plan went out the window. Bye-bye. And now Verizon is here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. If you want to start off the next one, for 2 seconds, back in a minute.
Hi, KJ! It's me! Woo! Yeah, it's me. It's me talking about this team. Ooh. First thing that comes to my mind is the Jirachi Round 3. The Jirachi Round 3 when, what's it called? Yeah, because Ninetales Alola didn't get taken until much, much later. So the opportunity to have Sneasler, Baxicab, and Ninetales A was there. But you went Rachi, which is a very interesting choice. I'm not saying it's a bad choice. But like the snow was there. Because personally, in my opinion, Bax thrives the best under Veil with the snowscape, and then you just, DD or SD and just blow things backwards, right? But I get that you didn't want to be typecasted into that. So you went with the Jirachi for utility purposes. I get it. And also, like, you've drafted Jirachi numerous times, so like, you can put pressure on via Future Sight or Doom Desire, whichever the case may be. Blastoise for, it's not going to be on spinning duty because you have Donphan now, which you got through Grace Period. KJ was the most active during Grace Period. He changed his mind like a girl changes clothes at the very end. But you know what? We got another spinner not named Blastoise, which I'm so happy to see. I'm so happy to see that. Really the star of the show, actually, outside of Baxcalibur, is really, Comfey. Fairy, Fire, Ground. These are the 3 Terras that I wanted to see Florges have, but KJ recreated them and said, nah, let me get that. Let me drain back up to full really quick with the Terra Fairy for the culture. Magmortar, Terras with the Terra. I don't know what Terra Poison does, but Fire and Dragon, you just have fast Turtonator, which is grand.
Let me tell you exactly what Terra Poison does, because I helped KJ sort out the trades and his Terras. Now, Magmortar's move pool contains some very important moves, one of which is Acid Spray. So if you Terra Poison, Acid Spray becomes a 60 base power move that lowers your defenses by 2. So you just get to spam it and break through whatever you want to break. It also has Clear Smog, which gets a stealth buff, which could be quite nice against like setup mons that want to try and set up against it. But as you say, Fire is basically going to be the big bring you want to bring every week, because Fire Blast, Terra Fire does insane amounts of damage. The Comfey Terras, perfect, like no notes. But the Magmortar, that's the one where we're cooking.
And we also have Terra Thwackey here, a little grass, a little rock, a little poison. I really wanted Thwackey to be Terra Electric, but he's confident that Thundy Eye can do the job when the day comes to face like Corviknight or Scarm, So I trust KJ in that aspect.
Terra Rock is actually really good as well because it covers like 3 Thwackey's weaknesses. It's not weak to flying anymore. It's not weak to fire anymore, and it's it covers a lot of its issues and gives it coverage for flying type. So Rock is going to be underrated on Thwackey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it really is. Because me personally, like Grass and Electric just covers everything. But you're right. Like if you don't have the points for Electric, I think Rock is the next best thing because the biggest problem with the Thwackey line in general is its ability to hit flying types. You have Rock for all the flying types not named Corv or Scarm, which is great. Yeah, and Poison is actually an underrated one too because who's gonna hit the ground move in front of a grass type? You know what I mean? So it has some defensive value.
Grassy terrain as well, remember? So it weakens Earth.
It weakens Earthquake on top of it. There you go. It's yeah. I really like the Terras between all 3 of these months for real. And it's actually crazy that because KJ was looking at Great Tusk, he was looking at Latos. So that's why Sneasler is here. And then bro just went full Killua mode with the next two, with Baxcalibur and Jirachi. You missed the part when you were gone. I was like on a spiel about all the potential of Ninetales Alola, but he picked Jirachi for the utility, and I think that's gonna help him like long term. Like as much as you want to razzle dazzle people with backs behind Veil and Snow, like Jirachi just gives you utility. Like you can become more flexible and diverse in your building that way. And he's drafted it in the past, so he's aware that it can be like, it doesn't have to be Scarf Ironhead every goddamn week, like unlike a certain Ecuadorian. But he's used to running, the Future Sights, the Doom Desires, all that nonsense. So I'm happy KJ was able to fix the team up the way he did at the very end with the Donphan and the Magmortar, because those were not on the initial draft on draft days.
Yeah. I think he fixed a lot of his issues with those two trades. We looked over a few options, one of which was grabbing Magmar and then something else alongside it. But we settled on Magmortar Donphan because Donphan's a good grounded ground. It does the job, it's extra spin, it frees up Blastoise, and in the end, this is going to be a hard team to prep against. Got some flaws, but it's not perfect. But I think those Terras give it added dimension to the game.
Yeah, the three Terra, I think. Yeah, the three Terras is gonna help him so much in bailing out of like sticky situations, right? When a matchup is going rough, you can just Terra like you can just Fire Comfy, for example, and just blow through the Steel type if you're really struggling to break that. I think the Terra, like the flaws that you see, the Terras fix. I think that's where we're at. In my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. The Terras really do fix a lot of the problems with this draft. It gives you a physical wall breaker in Thwackey, it gives you a special wall breaker in Magmortar, and a sweeper in Comfey. So it gives you some stuff that it gives you extra dimension.
It's the triangle offense. We have the triangle offense, bro. Shout out Phil Jackson, bro. We have the triangle offense going for real. Whew. KJ, did KJ say anything before we move on?
KJ was saying he's happy removal option. He didn't want to go Veil again because he's run it in some other leagues. I think it was
GBU.
IBL.
GBU for GBU. Sure.
We was talking about me and KJ were both cooking with the Magmortar. We both looked at what poison moves it gets, and we both literally said in the Discord at the same time, acid spray, all in capitals.
Great minds think alike. What can I say? What can I say? Well, I think we're gonna go to Veil offense here with this next team. Yep, I was right. I got the Terras right on King Rocks, because when I was making the slides, I kept putting like Terra Rock on Thorns for some reason, but he elected to go Poison here, which is interesting. Last season when Polo drafted, shout out Polo, I miss you. But not like that. But it was electric bug rock when Polo drafted Iron Thorns, but King Rock opted to go with Poison. I'm not sure why, but I'll figure that out when the games roll out. He took my Muck, so if all bro had to do honestly was take Sand Slash, but he took Muck instead. So then I ended up getting Sand Slash Alola instead. Can you imagine Sand Slash on this team, bro? Could you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sand Slash on this team would be crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. But he opted to go for Veil offense instead of Snow offense, because this is when we were talking about GBU, like Roy Moon, Manaphy, Ninetales Alola. That is a core that KJ ran in GBU, and it worked out pretty well for him. He had it. I mean, he didn't make playoffs, but the differential was very good. simply because, like, you get the veil up. He was immobilizing people with hypnosis. Like his accuracy rate with hypnosis was pretty good that season. So when you land the hypnosis, you allow, like, free turns to set up with either Moon or Manaphy. This isn't, yeah. SPL has Take Heart banned, but Take Heart is not here, and I could argue that Take Heart might be better than Tail Glow. What you think about that?
I don't know. Like, Tail Glow is just pure power. You click Tail Glow, and then you suddenly start smashing everything to pieces. Take Heart is better on bulky sets alongside Acid Armor. It's a good move, but I don't know if it's as broken as a lot of people said it was. It's basically just Calm Mind plus, a status heal, which Manaphy could usually do anyway by running Rain Dance in the last slot. So all it's done is compress 2 attacks into one. So it's not super busted, but it is very, very strong, and it has helped Manaphy out a lot.
But, like, if you were piloting this team, do you see yourself, like, running, Tail Glow more than Take Heart, or no?
I see myself running Tail Glow more just because it's so easy to get the skins up with this team. You've got Bronzong, which can do it, and you've got Alola Ninetales, which can do it. And you've got so many ways of wall breaking already. You've got that Typhlosion, which is going to go absolutely crazy. You've got Noivern, which Terra Boom Burst is insane. The Decidueye absolutely slaps with those triple arrows. I think this is going to be a very tough team to prep for. It might be a little bit one-dimensional, which I think is probably its biggest issue, but I like it a lot.
But sometimes the one dimension can just blow you backwards when you have nothing, proper against it,
Absolutely. Yeah.
But the other thing that I'd like to know is we have another Mortal Spin incident, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. Or no, we don't. No, we don't. Wait. No, we have defog on both Decidueye and Noivern. Let me dial it back. So he has 2 defoggers.
I'll be honest, though, you kind of still do have a bit of an incident because neither really to run defog. Noivern's not the bulkiest. It can do it, but when you've got the offensive Terra on it, it's... Why would you not...
Why would you defog with those 3 Terra types? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Decidueye is not the most consistent defogger in the world. It's grass fighting, which is not a great defensive typing. It's not the bulkiest thing in the world, and it really wants to go Bandit or Scarf with triple arrows every week, so I don't like it as a defog option. You've got defog options there, but I worry that Noivern's going to be forced into going defog every week.
Mm-hmm. And if it was like Terra Steel over Fire, then maybe you have an excuse to run defog on Noivern because of that defensive profile while still resisting ice kind of thing. The Fire, I think, to be honest, is just here for, Terra Fire Flamethrower. It's not really here to resist the ice and be able to defog the rocks away, which allows you to still be, boots. Like, you still force it to be boots if you're trying to defog with Terra Fire. So, yeah. He has double oboes options of removal, but they're not, ideal defoggers at that. So you have I think you can have it's like you have half a defogger and then you have another half a defogger. So you really only have one.
Yeah, I like that.
you have 2 half defoggers to make one.
I would have liked to have seen a spinner somewhere on this alongside those 2 just to kind of free them up a little bit.
Sandslash Alola, bro! Oh.
It would have been perfect on this draft because it would have been a spinner. It could have been a Terra option. It would have synergized really well with the Alola Slash. The Alola Tails.
Yep, Slash and Tails. Yep, Sonic and Tails.
Name a more iconic duo.
Bro, for real. That Gen 7 UU was hitting back in the day. Whew.
It was, man. It absolutely was. But this is going to be a tough team to beat just because of the amount of strength it has. Like, they could quite realistically go hyper offense every week without changing much up and still, have a good chance of winning every game. So you're going to have to prep very well for this. It's going to be rough. I don't want to play against it, so I'm kind of glad I'm not in the league just for that.
Yeah, KJ and I have been saying, like, this is the scariest team by far. Like, this is the scariest team that we've seen on paper outside of, like, our own, because we have, outside of personal bias on our own teams that we drafted, this is the scariest one. This is the scariest one. Like, you have demons left, right, and center. I don't think I have this on my schedule. Thank Christ. If I do, then I'm in shambles. But we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out after the DA, I guess. Oh boy. We are now in... No, this is pick 10. This is pick 10. So we've been in the back half of the draft. Shout out Pineco. Shout out Pineco for that 1-point spinner, bro. Shout out young Pinecone. Shout out young.
I love that so much.
Shout out. Wait, hold on. Shout out young Belly Bolt too. He has my tears from last season, bro. Oh man, bro. 30% of the time, the static para works every time. I'm telling you guys, this Mon gets this Mon does the job better than Zap does for me. I'm convinced. Like, I was when the freaking generation released in like, I think it was 10 static paras and 2 playthroughs. I think it was like 10 static paras in 2 days. And I only got 10 static paras on ladder with Zapdos the whole generation in Galar. Yeah. Belly Bolt is just a reliable defensive sack of belly. Sack of belly. I'll figure that out later.
Shout out to your boy Squid the Feed getting 6 kills with Terra Electric Belly Bolt against Shroom Raver. This thing is crazy. Belly Bolt is such a fucking threat.
I'm as much as I love, like, static and all that stuff, the real ability lies in the electromorphosis. So, you hit it, it charges up, and then you get the slow volt into things like
or you get to parabolic charge.
Yeah, to get the health back as well. Ooh. The one thing I have about this team is the speed gap between Torn T and Pheasantipity. You know what I can do with that speed gap, Onesie? Let me tell you. Since I don't have my camera on, I have to, like, illustrate this with my wordplay. So hear me out. The speed gap with Torn and Fez is big enough to parallel park the 18-wheeler Pepsi truck. And without a license. Without the freaking license, bro. It is ginormous. You are forcing things like Fez and Quack to be Scarf pretty much like almost every single week, if not every other week. Because Scarf Heatran isn't what it used to be anymore. It lost Eruption. So this gap is ginormous, and me personally, if I saw a gap like that, like 3 Mons are gonna be modest / adamant in this game. It really is. No.
I got one for you.
Mm.
That speed gap is so big that it makes your mama nervous.
Why's that?
Because she's so fucking fat.
Oh, the delivery on that was immaculate. That was immaculate delivery. That was grand. That was grand. Get Onesie his own show, bros. Get Onesie his own show for real.
Onesie show.
Yeah. Hydrapple is Hydrapple is what? Like 46 base speed with the regen one. Yeah, this is basically Tangrowth. They said, nah, we're not letting Tangrowth come back to freaking Paldea, so we'll give you guys Hydrapple instead. You think Fickle Beam's gonna be any good this season?
I don't think it's ever gonna be running Fickle Beam over like Draco. It's such a silly. Like I like the move, but it's never gonna be its preferred stab of choice. Like I mean, if you're running Hydrapple, realistically, what you're going to do is you're going to Draco and then get out to proc your regen and reset the boosts.
Yeah,
thing I
I've been
like
seeing a
about
lot
this-
of like eject pack Draco. When it first came out, I have been seeing a lot of like Draco eject pack, like even on ladder as well. But if it's not eject pack, then like, you know, it's probably gonna be like, you know, AV regen, but like again, like you have a quad like weakness to ice, and your ice resists are what exactly? Reg ice, cloaking to an extent. Quackball's not an ice resist. I don't care what dashing says. I'm sorry. No dashing. Donald is not an ice resist. Nope.
This team, bro. This team is so like triple regen with a Regice, a Fezandipity, a Heatran, a Belly Bolt, and a Tinglu. I can't get over how fat this team is. It's gonna struggle against, like, for example, KJ. This is where Terra Poison comes in. Terra Poison Acid Spray basically V6s this team. It has the coverage for everything.
Yeah, and freaking Hill, and with KJ too, like the Focus Blast will land on Tran. The Focus Blast will land on Tran.
It doesn't need to run it. It doesn't need. It can run Earthquake.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Earth EQ's a thing too. Yeah. Well, who
You know
am
what
I to
mean?
kid? Yeah, it also hits Glow King. That's right. What am I saying?
Literally, like stuff that has coverage like that is gonna absolutely maul this team, and Quackwaval isn't going to be able to. You know, it needs a bit more help getting itself started. Like, it's a smart idea to run bulk into Quackwaval, and this team is fucking Bulk the movie, but Quackwaval is gonna need help, you know.
I think Guacaval has to be the star of the show here. Like, this bulky team, like, I think the idea behind this team is really just to, you know, to put things in Quackwaval range. Because if not, where's the offense coming from? If there is any, you know? You're gonna run SD Fezandipity? I'd pay to see that. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see someone run SD. I'd love to lose to SD Fezandipity. So if someone goobs me with SD Fezandipity, like two claps, well done. You know.
I tried to do it twice last season in PPL, and the first time it got parried by a Gengar Thunderbolt. And the second time
what
it
the
got
heck, man!
Also, shout out to Shroom Raver. Yes, I didn't really roast you. I just said shout out to 6-0ing.
Oh my god!
That's all I said, bro.
Oh shoot! Oh my goodness! I don't support this Shroom. I don't. I'm on your side. Okay. I'm on your side.
You don't support this slander right here.
Toasty.
Yeah. The Terra Regice looking kind of nice as well. Like the water type is such a nice type for like, Regice.
We're going back. We're going back. Okay, yeah, the three Terras that Reggie needs in its life are there. Yeah, I get that. No, yeah. It lost Rock Polish though, so I don't know how it's gonna, you know, sweep. How is she gonna sweep?
It's not gonna sweep, but it might be able to break some down. I think I also really want to see Pineco come. I need to see it happen.
KJ said, "I dare him to bring Pineco versus me." I dare you. I dare you. Oh boy.
Fucking do it. You've got to do it now.
Yeah, he has to do it for the content. He has to do it for the content. That's what we're all about here at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, over here in the PDD, is we do things for the content. And you want to talk about a content Pokemon. You want to talk about content Pokemon. We got young Lax over here at 1 point, right underneath Pex. The defensive backbone on this team. So the defensive backbone on this team, all in one like diagonal line here. Gliscor, Pex, Munchlax, Goldango, they all synergize together in a most majestic way possible. and it does. I still can't figure out why. I have no reason why, but it just works. It just looks good. Like, holy crap! Like, X covers Y and Y covers Z and Z covers A, B. Dang it! I should have started with W, whatever. But I should have just started with W. What do you think about this as a whole? Then we'll get into the individual stuff.
Hate this team. I hate this team. It is the most. I look at this. If I was prepping for this, I would think, right, do I have flying spam? If the answer is yes, I bring flying spam and then pray that's enough. If I don't have flying spam, what the fuck do I do? It's like, Gliscor is a, like, I'm going to use a nasty word, it's a cunt. Pex is also one of those words. I hate this fucking team. It pisses me off looking at it.
It's just standing there, menacingly.
Get out of there, SpongeBob.
That's literally the clip that plays in Onezie's head when he's looking at this. It's just like, why? Like, who allowed
this?
this?
I hate it. It's so good, and it pisses me off that it's so good. It looks like an asshole to play against.
Yeah, and just when you think the defensive backbone is not enough, we got two absolute demon Terra types paired next to Bundle. Oh, gee Louise, man. You got Terra fighting, flying, electric on Blaziken. I personally would have went ground, but, you know, then again, like, you drafted your own Pex, so you don't need ground. And then you have dual stab Galvantula with ice. Coulda went grass. Coulda changed bug to grass, but hey, dual stab is just as fine. Especially when you have freaking Zarude over there with the scarf on. It's the data scarf, not a choice scarf. Can you imagine the movie Zarude with a choice scarf around its neck? Oh god. Be zooming through the jungle with no problem. Be zooming through the jungle, no problem.
That movie would have been a lot shorter.
A lot shorter? Oh, dang. Oh, we forgot to mention the hazard removal on this team is so slept on. Is so slept on. He's drafted Cycle again for spinning, and then now you have Hatterene to bounce. It's the best magic bouncer in the game right now. Because, you know, Xatu and Mega Sableye won't come back ever. So, your best magic bouncer, right there, in the hat.
Yeah, the hazard removal on this team is... We've got the Gliscor, we've got the Cyclers bounce stuff back. It looks very nice. I do respect this as well for being probably the only team I've seen in a long time where Cyclazar can go offensive.
I mean, his last Cyclazar team last season could have went offensive. The heck, it was able to Terra.
Yeah.
But I guess bro was just like, nah, let me be more annoying and, you know, be, you know, a regen pivot with Terra Fairy. But Cycle can no longer Terra this time around, but even so, like Onesie said, Shift Gear can still pose a threat. Because again, you have the defensive backbone all in a diagonal line. That's a forward slash, not a backslash. I think.
Forward slash.
Yeah, that's a forward slash. I think.
Is Bundle going to beat the fraud allegations this season?
80% of the time, it is a fraud. But
80% of the time, it hits all the time.
Yeah, so that's just, you know, I mean, yeah, Bundle is pretty self-explanatory. You know, it literally just comes down to whether... well, actually, you have another water in Pex, so it really functions more as an ice type, to be honest, on this roster, to be quite honest with you. And you have another ice option in Terra Galv, so, you know, it just puts pressure off of Bundle. Like, the team really just... English guy. The team allows Bundle, you know, not to be pressured into a situation. Oh, you gotta land. Oh, you gotta get this roll, right? Because when Rick had it last season, like, he was trying to make it work, but it just wasn't working because, again, the team wasn't chipping things down for Bundle like that. It was to the point where he had to be modest the rest of the season. But I don't think Shaded will have that problem this season.
Nah, I think Shaded's done well. I say I hate this draft. I hate it because it's so good. Another thing to note as well, this is obviously Blaziken, because in no world would you get a speed boost Blaziken for 9 points.
Well, unless you do the Ubers League that freaking Dashing's promoting, but yeah.
Yeah, but like in a regular draft, you are not going to get speed boost for that cheap.
Yeah, it's either you get speed boost with no Terra, or you get Blaze but with Terra. You kind of have to pick your poison in the tiering department. Yeah, you have to kind of pick your poison there.
Blaze with Terra is going to be very good. Agility Blaze with Terra looks like it could just sweep teams.
Did Shaded say anything before we move on? Did Shaded say anything?
Well, Shaded was sad at me for saying that I hated the team. And Shaded saying that we made a lot of these mons very cheap. So he had to pick a lot of them up. So that's valid. It's very valid. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very... Shroom Raver saying Belly Drum Munchlax is going to sweep under webs with that 5 base speed.
Yeah, maybe. You have enough speed. I think you could put speed investment to outpace like Torkoal. Who knows? Even after the webs. Yeah. Even after the webs. Who knows?
Let's put it that way. You hit like 170 something if you max it, and that's being generous.
Yeah, that's being nice. Yeah.
But yes, this is going to be a tough team. So Shaded, you did well, but I still hate.
I really hate this team. I really hate this team. Like the graphic underneath Dashing's logo just says it all. Dashing made this logo to exploit how broken 1 point poison was. And I was just on the floor. Almost rolled my ankle when I first saw this. Oh my goodness. I can't stand this team, bro. I can't stand this team. I wanted Terapagos round 1, but it would have been a throw to not take Tusk where I was at in the draft. Jeez, all you gotta do is just rock polish into Calm Mind and then just start going bonkers. You know, the ability. So they actually found this out yesterday. Like I think in UNPL was where they found this out yesterday. You cannot break the ability via neutralizing gas either. So you pretty much the way to break this Terra Shell thing, it's not fun. It's multi-scale on crack. You can't even break it through a fighting type move. That's how cracked it is. Like at least make it at least allow us to double kick it or something, but you can't. I don't get it, man. I really don't understand. This mon is insane. And then on top of that, you got Meow, which is another a returning member for not Shaded, for Dashing. You have Keldeo, which is just Urshifu Rapid, but with priority now with Vacuum Wave, because that needed Vacuum Wave apparently, along with Valiant and some other pieces of crap. You have Claude to just sit there. You have Metagross, which has knockoff Psychic Fangs, and even the new Steel move, which is it's like Splash, but with Steel type or whatever. It's based on target HP. So if it's high, then it's gonna hit hard. Yeah. I like we in the draft community love a 1 point Carkol, and it's here to punish Flame Body. It's here to punish any U-turn spam that Meow doesn't appreciate. So yeah, and did I mention that he has 3 Poison Terramons? Did I mention that already? I'm not sure if I did that.
You definitely did not mention it. It's definitely not been mentioned already.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No, but is there anything else? Anything else that I missed?
This is one of the teams that I looked at and thought, okay, this is a contender. This is a scary team. Shout out to Hello Critty. It returns. We love a good Hello Critty. Kilowattrel is the slightly worse Terra Jolteon, but is still really fucking good. Terra Appleton, Steel Appleton, just wins games on its own. Like, that's mental.
Yeah, that's Bubby from GBA. That's Bubby. So Bubby's
Bubby,
gonna bub.
your boy Bubby.
Bubba dub dub in the tub, in the cut.
And Whiscash as well.
Oh yeah, we can't forget about Cash Splash 100-yard dash. Come on now.
Cash Splash 100-yard dash.
Yeah, bro. That you have Terra Flying for the grass. You have the Terra Flying to resist grass. You have Terra Poison to also resist grass. It's a time to be alive. It's a time to be alive.
Yeah, man. That Whiscash money gonna absolutely. Yeah. I'm very looking forward to seeing some of that. Metagross got buffed this gen. Yeah, this is just a nasty team. Shout out to Dashing. You've drafted incredibly well. Don't ruin it by running silly sets every single... I love your building style. You've got a very similar building style to me, but know when to use standard sets. Sometimes the standard is just the best.
Bro, that's what KJ tells me every other day, bro. But, like, it's weird, like... For me, like, building heat makes me play well. Makes me play better for some reason. So, like,
I mean,
it's
me
weird.
too. Me too. Don't get me wrong.
But, like, sometimes, like you said, like, sometimes we're just making heat for the sake of heat. We need to have heat with a purpose. Like, you don't want to turn the stove on. Yeah, so you don't want to turn the stove on, but there's nothing... you're heating up. Like, you don't just turn the stove on for the sake of turning the stove on, because then the house will burn down. I think it's like that. I think it's like that. You don't want to
turn the oven on unless you're cooking, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what you're trying to say to Dashing, and what KJ's been trying to say to me pretty much every day since we made the front office that we made. But yeah, the way you feel about Shaded's team is the way I feel about this team. It's just like, God darn it. Like, really?
Are you going to use the word I used?
No. No. No.
You're not quite that bad.
No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Maybe later. Maybe later. But, alright, Dashing, any other last thoughts before we move on, Dashing?
Well, Dashing says that cash money is definitely coming. He's very happy that you used the graphic, so shout out to you for putting the graphic on.
Yeah, I didn't even ask or tell anybody. I just said this graphic is so good. I'm slapping it here. Like, this is so good. Like, this is art. This is art. This is going in the Polo Museum or the Onesie Bennett Museum. Like, this is art. Like, you can put this up on Etsy and it will sell out. Put it up on auction, it will go for at least triple digits. This is art. This is art.
I would get a printout of this right above my bed.
Actually, Dashing, hold on. Dashing, if you win PDD Season 2, you gotta make merch, bro. You gotta make t-shirts, mugs, something with this. Not your logo, just this. Just this. Okay?
It's all we need, bro.
Yep, we need that. Alright.
We also had a nice bit of appreciation of the nickname Hello Critty by Shroomraver, who, if you don't know, is the king of nicknames. The resident headmaster of the Nickname Academy. So, Dashing, well done, bro.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I said my fun fact, you said your fun fact. There you go.
Hell yeah. We're 1 for 1, baby.
All right. One of the shadow people is here. One of the many shadow people in our community has joined our league. I'm not gonna lie, this team was so underwhelming at first. Like going through each and every pick, I was just like, oh, okay, this is just like, you know, I can deal with this. Like, this is not anything like new or anything. But then the last round Kamo was just like, oh, what the heck, right? Because like it had like just when you thought, oh, like, you know, it's gonna be sand every single week. Like, this team can function without sand, and Kamo is going to be the main like catalyst to avert that. I mean, yeah, it gets Overcoat to be immune to the sandstorm damage, but like Kamo's that versatility allows it, you know, to make not only itself but also other members to not be typecasted in other roles. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like I look at this and I'm just like, okay, you know, now that Kamoo's here, maybe Sand is like a 50-50 on whether it comes or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That Kamoo was one of the smartest last round picks I've seen in a long while. It's like it just brought everything together. It is such a good team. I'm really impressed with this one. It did look like it was just your generic, as you said quite rightly, it looked like it was just going to be Sand every week, but that Kamoo coming here puts a different spin on everything. I think Terra Electric Orthworm as well is very smart here, especially when you've got quite a lot of bulk surrounding it, with the Zapdos, with the Milotic, with the potential Dunsparce. Like, I think this is a very smart team. Shadow's a good player, known him for years. Very, very.
Bro,
good
Shadow
player.
just won a league, bro. Like, of course he's good.
Literally.
Yeah, he just won LET Great
after I
Ball.
won.
Yeah, he just won LET Great Ball, and I got relegated. We are not the same. We are not the same. We are not the same. I actually played Shadow on the last week. I brought full Trick Room. I brought full Trick Room against him, and he won 2-0. He won 2-0. So you know, he knows what he's doing. He looks like, sounds like, and talks like, and builds like, and looks like the kind of guy that knows that, you know, Sand may not be a thing every single week. Like, you know, you can see the diversity in the Orthworm Terras. You can see, like, you can't Terra Serp for obvious reasons, but he kind of recreated it through Salazzle, I guess, because 2 of those Terras are meant to be Serps anyway. The third one being Flying is just, you know, to be immune to the EQ spam and whatnot. I mean, you have Zapdos for that already, so maybe it will get changed to something else. Who knows?
No,
just seeing Driller coming back though. Clever. No, but just seeing Driller coming back makes me so happy. Like, finally an elite spinner now for ladder and for draft now. It's glorious. Like, the king has returned. The king has returned.
Yeah, man. It's the best Sand abuser. It's such a good mon. Yeah, I would like to say I have notes on this draft. I haven't got a single bit of criticism for.
Yeah, go for it.
The only thing I could maybe think is that, well, like maybe Dunsparce. You know, maybe that could have been a better 3-point mon, but I just think it works.
He loves Dun, to be fair. Like, yeah. I think that was like a comfort pick. So like it goes back to like what I was saying about CJ, like before he got the Blood Moon trade. Like, a lot of CJ's picks were comfort picks for him, and I think the same can be said here for Shadow. I've seen him draft Driller and Zapdos a lot, whether it be in Sand or out of Sand, and Lil Dunny also is in that category of comfort mons. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know you have certain mons where it's just like, this fits, this works for me. It may not be best for this plan, but I know how to use it. So therefore I'm going to have it. It's something that I know how to use. I won't bring it all the time, but when I do, it's going to put in that work. Like, your mascot has to fit this category, certainly.
Yeah, my Burnett, it's one of those mons I know how to use. But when Snow. And I suppose Dunsparce is a version of that. It is a very good mon. It's very good with the E. Yeah, I just don't really have anything much to say about this because it's just so well. Maybe you could have done with a bulkier fairy. Maybe that could have been a slight point of contention, but either way.
But I think Gardevoir is bulky on the Spadef side, but like you can tank certain hits on the Spadef side, and then just reverse them with because you're scarfed already. Like, we can go back to the PPL days when Addie had it and freaking like Scarf Trace was just popping off for her. That was like 4-6 months ago. That was like 4-6 months ago. Time flies.
Yeah, man. Time flies, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Shadow can do with the gut.
What did chat say for this team?
Chat's been saying there's a lot of snakes on this team, which, quite frankly, I can only see 2. I think Dunny is a half. No, wait. No, there's 3.5. There's 3.
Or no?
What's the... Nah, Orthworm is not a snake. That's not happening. It's a worm.
Okay, so we have Serp, we have Milo, and then Dunny is a half? Is that how this works?
Yeah, so 2.5 max. 2.5 max.
Yeah, okay, so Shadow Stitch has 2.5 snakes. So, there you go. There you go. That's your etymology lesson for the day today. Orthworm is a worm, not a snake.
Yes,
there it is.
A worm is a worm.
Yeah.
Also, don't get Shroom Raver started on what is a bird and what isn't a bird, because we'll be here all day.
No. That's like saying, that's like asking Polo what is a horse. That's the equivalent of that. That's the equivalent.
Everything is a horse. Everything on this team is a...
Alright, let's see how many horses do we have here. We have one. we have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one horse. And it's a new horse, actually, to be exact. Tachyon Cutter, for those that don't know, it's basically dual wing beat, but with no accuracy checks, and it's 50 base power. So it's actually better stab than the Flash Cannon, the otherwise popular Flash Cannon, because Flash Cannon is, what, 90 base power? So after 2 hits, it's 100. And it will never miss,
Yeah.
so you have that going for itself. You have... This team is the one where Defiant Ape goes in because you have a Ceaseless Edge Mon. You have the Webs. You have a Rocker and Papa Pert and Bastiodon, right? And then just when you think, oh, let me just get rid of these really quick with Defog, nope! Annihilate just says, give me that. He really just does. We were talking about comfort picks with Shadow Stitch. Greedon is a comfort pick for Jack. Doesn't surprise any of us one bit. Electrode has Sui. Terra Ground is interesting. I think it's because to 1v1 any steel types. I think that's why it is Terra Ground on this. And then obviously, you know, the Dawn! Freaking Terra Steel fighting flying is the best trio you could possibly have on the Dawn. Really. Oh!
Bastiodon is unironically a win con with Iron Defense, Terra fighting, body press. Like, with that base defense, holy shit, that thing is going to be a problem for more drafts than you'd think.
Yeah, it's just gonna go up in the sky and just boop you from below. Yeah, from the top down, from the top rope, bang.
Literally.
We forgot.
It hits like 950 defense. 1 iron defense. It's that fucking bulky.
Wait. So you're saying the raw value after 1 iron defense can be high as 950 after 1?
Yeah, like I think
What
it
the
has like
hell?
400. Wait, I'm gonna look this up, but I'm pretty sure it hits like a super high number. Like
Can you
470.
what? What the heck? All right, while he's looking that up, I also overlooked Iron Moth and Kiram. Shout out Q the Costa Rican for naming this Iron Pizza. I actually had some pizza yesterday, so literally I got up this morning and like had to take the Pepto to recover from pizza night last night. So that was a thing. Kiram, Kiram and Iron Moth alone just synergize so well together. Kiram doesn't have to rely on clicking Earth Power for the steals because you just have a whole, hot pizza, straight fresh out the oven and just, just fire blasts you or fiery dances you or whatever fire move you desire. It will click it and Kiram will be a happy dragon,
It will indeed.
And actually, there's
By
a
the
second
way-
dragon on this team too. The tree, that tall tree.
The tree.
Yeah,
The Trick Room tree.
Yeah, we love some tree over here in the we love some tree in the PDD world. Just don't smoke the tree. Just don't smoke it. Okay, we don't condone any cannibalistic activities. Okay.
Cannibalistic.
What?
Cannibalistic, my god.
Yeah, bro. I quit. I quit. Like it's been a year and a half since the last time I smoked something. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah,
Absolute respect.
it's good.
bro.
It's so yeah.
I love it's just cannibalistic. That's
All right, what was the raw value on Bast? What was the raw value on Bast?
right. So if you run max defense Bastiodon, you hit 476 defense. After an iron 478, sorry. After an iron defense, you hit 956.
And that's with the impish nature at 956.
That's with impish. 956. That is insane.
And then you get the Terra fighting balloon on top of your head. And, oh, good lord. Oh dear.
Yep, this thing is gonna hurt. It's gonna do not sleep on Basti. Basti is.
Can this one rock polish? Can this one rock polish or no?
That is a question. I'm gonna find out.
All right. While he finds the rock polish move. While he finds the rock polish move, I will like to point out that Swampert was not on this initial draft. It was the Ursaluna Blood Moon, but I think Papa Perk gives you, rocks, maybe spikes, but anyways, even if it doesn't have spikes, it still gets Flip Turn, which is probably the more important move outside of rocks. And then you have, EQ and, does it? I think it's Scald as well. I don't know how the Scald distribution worked out for DLC 2, because I know Keld lost it but gained Vacuum Wave. But
Swampert did lose it. Swampert doesn't have Scald anymore.
Okay. So you would be running like Rocks, Liquidation, Earthquake, Flip Turn, or something like that, which is fine. Which is fine. Like mixed defense always gets the job done as long as you don't have a grass, as long as it's not facing a grass type. But the grass resists on this team are fine. The grass resists on this team are perfectly fine. Rock Polish, though. Rock Polish.
Yeah, it doesn't get Rock Polish, but it does get Trailblaze.
Ooh! Wait a minute. So flying could be changed to grass. Flying could be changed to grass to boost your Trailblaze. So you Trailblaze.
You have to remember, bro, this has a base 30 speed. If you run max and get a Trailblaze boost, you're only hitting just above 200 speed.
But with webs down, you might be outpacing some base 60s.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Those are...
Yeah, you gotta get rid of that clef somehow. Shoot. Get rid of Clef somehow. Shoot. All right. Did chat say anything? Did chat usually helps us fix?
Well, Shroom has been taking the piss and saying the Bastiodon is a round pick, which is a reference to me back in one of the original seasons of PPL.
Whoa! Wow.
5.
So now I dropped a tidbit. You dropped a tidbit, and now chat has dropped a tidbit. So we're all one. We're all one right now.
We are indeed.
On the facts of the day. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Buddy brought back the time machine for that one. Good grief. All right, Marty.
That was classic.
All right, Marty. I'm gonna dial this back to 1982.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Whew. I think we're almost done.
Yeah, I think we only have 2
Yeah, 2 more teams! 2 more teams!
I will say, though, about the Gray's team quickly, I do wish that he had a better fairy. Rabondi's nice with webs, but it is not a fairy. And I do wish there was obviously Samurott and Annihilate are nice together. I do wish that there was, a more conventional sort of way of, I don't know, I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but I do wish there was a bit more support for Annihilate in terms of covering his weaknesses. But apart from that, Gray, this is much better than your team last. So
yeah, I think after Grace period, I don't think he needs to make any further changes or any significant ones like that, I don't think he's gonna start 0-3 with this team. I promise you.
Oh god, no. He's a much better player than that.
Indubitably. Alright, take this one away. I'm gonna take a leak.
Okay, so now we've got the Terrace team. I think Terrace Crafty.
Where'd he go? Huh? Where's it? Where'd he go? Where did... Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Where did he go? This is not... No. Where did he go? Where did he go? This is not good. I went to go take one leak, and he's gone. You gotta be joking, man. I don't...
One of the team names of all... I'm going to read it out in its...
What?
The cult of the mighty rootin' tootin' Bash Militia Bros and their evil twins, starring Reggie Metalix, proud member of the Plant Gang, and happily watered in jazzy tears, who is currently being held up by the Sklock, while his dad drives his brother to safety, and Sonic the Greninja's Green Hill Zone, and Armaldo yeets his son Igglybuff to meet them there to save him from Kabutops, who is snipping the manly bits off of everyone in PGP against their will, while his good pal Rufflet tells J-Caps to cope, cry and larp in the Honest Don Sandstorm as the Honest Tusk and Honest Treads join the fray, and Registeel rides off into the sunset on his favourite haunts. And oh my god, is that a guest appearance from Best Generation 9 starter Quaxley? This Pokemon Draft League team is sponsored by Haz and the random Yanmega who showed up to spite the haters. Subscribe. I'll show you why they call me this team.
Give it up for Onesie Bennett for reading all of that, because I will never read that. Ever! Ha! Woo! Oh, happy days, happy days, happy days, happy days, happy days. I'm just calling him the Super Bash Bros. That's just how I know Fist, personally. That's just how I know him. And, throughout the draft, I've learned that he is also a Nissan Altima hater, just like myself. Which is great. He says that, he says that he's seen his own turd have more value than a Nissan Altima. And that, you know what? That's based. That's based. Well done, Fist. Well done.
Is it based? Is it?
Yeah. Well done. Well done. Well done.
It is some skibbity grizz right there. A little
All
bit
right.
of a gap.
First thing I will say though, this Regigigas is really meant to be Registeel, but I took it because I'm petty like that, because that's just how I like to draft. I like drafting in the middle because it allows me to look at what everyone else wants, and then I just snipe it from them and be I just turn on my Waluigi laugh afterwards. I just it's great. Yeah, something like that. But despite sniping the Registeel, actually, the Registeel snipe hit him like a truck, because is Klefki a steel type? Does it operate like a steel type, in your opinion?
It doesn't operate like a steel or a fairy. It's just this weird mon that's in a limbo state between the two types. It's not either.
So, yeah, it operates as a prankster mon. You just get the spikes up, you get the T-wave up and be annoying. But I've seen people, like more and more people, right? Because when Jesse 504 won BBR, two things came about. One, do not let Baxcalibur Terra, and two, stored power Klefki sets became relevant through Jesse 504. So I'm excited if Fist can pull off a Klefki sweep, if it can. But realistically, Enam's going to be the one doing the sweeping. Now, thankfully, Terra Stellar is banned, and also thankfully that Enam is a 16-point mon. Otherwise, the sweeping for Fist would have been a lot easier to pull off. But like the sweeping options here are pretty much endless. You have the Scale Shot Chomp, you have the SD Weavile, you have the Contrary Enam if you want, the Klefki like I mentioned. Oh, did the Terra Scrafty with Shed Skin, so you just DD rest, and then your shed skin says, "Oh, I'm awake again. Oh, where am I? Okay." And then your wall breaking is probably gonna be purely off of the Terra water bubble arachnid. I said water twice, and I just finished like my fourth water. Good lord.
That's
But
a lot of water, bro.
yeah. Gotta stay hydrated. KJ has his hydration checks on his streams, so I gotta check myself too.
You know it, bro.
What do you think? What do you think? Did I miss anything?
I think Scrafty is one of the most underrated Terramons that has came out with the new DLC. I think Terra Scrafty is going to be crazy with the DD, with the SD, with being able to change your type to basically get whatever you want out of it. I love it. I think it's very good.
Do you like the typings on it? Do you think Poison and Steel are going to be like do you see those like staying on for the whole season, or is he going to change one of those?
I don't think that they had enough left for Fairy instead of Poison, so I think that's why that's there. I would have liked to have seen Terra Fairy there, but it is what it is. I think Steel's perfect. Fighting is really good. I think it's great. Terra Poison does the job. It does resist the fighting, which it wouldn't otherwise, so I think Terra Poison's fine. When it comes to wall breakers, Garchomp can do the job quite well. Weavile is a very good wall breaker. Arachnid, as you said, it just clicks water move and something dies. So I think that this team, it's got potential.
We didn't really hit up
the name ever again. I'm not going to read that name out ever again, though.
No, but what I will want you to read out is the the possibilities Necrozma can do. Because that is a mon that gets overlooked. Period. Even last gen, it would get overlooked, and I personally like to call this Weavile. I mean, not Weavile. I call this Mew with offensive presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Mew that can just hit a lot harder. It has probably a better offensive moveset, to be honest, than Mew does. I mean, Mew has a lot of tools, but doesn't really know how to use them. This guy has all of the fucking tools. Like, I love to see Dragon Dance and Necrozma do things, but with like Autotomize and Swords Dance and the actual offensive attacks it has. The Geyser, the Photon Geyser, means it can go either special or physical, depending on what you want. Necrozma's going to be crazy. I think 16 points for Necrozma might be a little bit expensive, but I can see why it's that high. This mon it's cracked. And with its ability, it's basically Mew with a good ability.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. And I think here's the thing with this. Is Serena the only spinner on this team? Like, is there any other defog options? I know Rotom got Pain Split back, but it didn't get defog back, so.
Yeah, the spin option is Serena, and that's basically it. Nothing else on this team gets access to any kind of, and that could be a way to exploit it, especially considering the amount of bulky offense here with the Necrozma, the Regigigas, the Scrafty, the Garchomp. Then none of them appreciate any kind of hazards on the field, and you're kind of forcing Weavile to go either going boots, because it can't really run Banded, it can't really run Life Orb. It kind of needs the boots.
Right.
So that's a thing, but they're going to probably need to pick up a bit more later on.
Yeah, so it's really the hazard control department that needs to be like addressed, when it comes closer to deadline day. And one final thought before we go over to the final team is this guy pulled a dashing and got poison.
Boy, this is Terra Poison.
1 point poison has been the theme in the back half of the draft. For 1 point, it was either Bug, Rock, and Poison for 1 point, and as you can see, Poison has been a hit. It has been very, very popular throughout the whole draft. So will we see a new typing replace it season 3? Who knows? But
Probably.
let's use it. Let's use it while we can. Let's use it while we can, I guess. Right?
Yes, enjoy it while it's here.
All right. Did
But
Shroom
speaking of Terra Poison,
have any tidbits before we get to the final team?
Oh no, Shroom was just saying this league is Terra Poison the movie.
Terra Poison the movie. Great title. Great title. That'll be the name of our award show when we get to the end. Terra Poison. Yeah.
Speaking of Terra Poison, though, even our last team contains one Terra Poison.
What if we renamed the Pokemon Draft Dynasty to Poison Draft Dynasty?
The Poison Draft Dynasty.
What do you think about that? You like that?
I like it.
You like that?
The PDD.
Okay. Oops. Let me go. Alright, so this is our last team, but Onesi's gonna take over so I can go and mute some noties.
All good, all good. That's if you can hear me. Our last team is one of the Shadows again. It's the Shadow Glade with the Carolina Taurus Heels. We've got Raging Bolt into Ogerpon Hearthflame, which is one of the combos I really wanted for the PPL. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get it because I got sniped by Daria. But I can see why. It looks like they cover each other's weaknesses so well. Ogerpon Hearthflame is a monster. I love that thing to pieces. It hits so hard, and the coverage is just really good. We've got ourselves a Landorus Incarnate here as well, which, fuck me, this thing hits hard. It's probably the best special wall breaker in the game. I mean, that is probably a shout, but I stand by it. But I think the thing that all of you are looking is that Eevee in the bottom right. There's an Eevee here. Why is there an Eevee here? I just don't have any words for it. It's not like it's a Terramon, which I would have loved to have seen. If this Eevee comes to at least one game a season, I'll be happy, but
I think what Shadow needs to do, and this is just me, right? I would change this Eevee, like, this has nothing to do with battling whatsoever, okay? Change the Eevee to, what's it called? Change the Eevee to, Piplup, and then every single week, you just use the Piplup gif for every kill. Think about it. So, like, let's say Lando goes for the plot and then gets the Earth Power. Piplup will just pop up in the cheerleader costume and just go crazy. That's what I would do with Eevee. Change it to Piplup just for the content purposes, but
that's what you gotta do. It's for the content, bro. Got to do.
But if it actually comes to a game for real, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It's like what KJ said with Pineco. Like, I dare you to bring Eevee. I dare you to bring Pineco. Things like that.
I want to talk a little bit about Terra, because I don't know if you realize, this thing got so many buffs. It got so many.
Yeah, tell the people. Tell the people. There's actually a lot. Go ahead. Go.
Well, firstly, just the addition of loaded dice in general makes this thing so much more threatening, because now its Tail Slap can be a 4-hit Technician move, which is basically base 150 power.
Tell him.
This fucker has Bullet Seed as well, which is crazy. Triple Axle coming off of a Technician. One of the strongest Ice-type moves in the game.
Tell him.
It got fucking Tidy Up.
So
this
tell him.
Is hazard removal.
Yeah! Tell him!
Trailblaze. Technician Trailblaze. Something not even fucking Breloom do. It got knockoff now, which is crazy. It gets Dunk Shot all of a sudden.
Tell him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is this the most buffed Mon in all of Indigo Disc? It has to be.
I think it probably is.
You just listed how many different things? How many different things?
5 or 6.
Yeah, like
it went from being like a 10-point Terramon all the way up to like a 19, 20 Terramon. This thing is insane.
You listed Gunk Shot, so that must be why it is Terra Poison. I thought it was a defensive purpose, but you said it had Gunk Shot, so shoot.
It does against Gunk Shot, and that's gonna hit.
That's gonna hit like a truck.
Especially after a Tidy Up boost.
Yeah, especially after a Tidy Up boost, and then Terra Fire to hit the steel types that would otherwise resist Tail Slap. Bro, man, yo, can we get F Danny Max in the chat, bro? Cause freaking this was what Ambipom was supposed to be, bro. This was what Ambipom
Yeah.
was supposed to be, and Game Freak said, "Nah, we'll let Chinchino be the main character today." It's
Yeah,
like it's
Chinchino
like
went
when
from being-
you ever seen Sky High from Disney? They're actually doing a remake on it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
love
like
Sky
it's
High.
like what is your power? And then Ambipom's like, I don't have any powers. Sidekick. That's literally what Game Freak said to Ambipom.
Ambipom is literally Chinchino's.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it
looking at Chinchino like, why you, but not me. It's even looking at Furret too. It's just like, you too, so you two got it, but not me. What the heck?
Yeah, Ambipom needed that shit. It needed it.
Yeah, and now it only has Terranormal double slap. It doesn't even get freaking what's it called? It doesn't even get tail slap. It has to be double hit.
Yeah, it's got to be double hit, and its best like skill link move is, which no fuckers using Fury Swipes.
Okay, I'm actually reading the chat here, and Shaded is correct. Sky High is like if My Hero Academia was good.
You fucking know it, bro.
Yeah. The one time I open chat and I read that, that's I love that. I love
I think
that.
that's the most based thing chat has
Yeah,
said
that's
all
the most
stream.
base thing
Based
chat
on-
has said today. That's great. So, you can close out whenever you're ready. You can close out. Any last words?
Yeah, this team's gonna be mad. Terra Primeape as well, kind of fire. There's a lot going for this team, but I do think there's a lot of pressure being put on Chinchino to close out games. But if it can do that, it's gonna do that really well. So I think this team's a contender as well. There have been some good drafts, some that I've been more critical of, that I've not been as critical of. But this one is certainly, it's got my attention. I'll be watching very intently.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is all 16 teams of the PDD. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a 5, so that way I can load up the power rankings, because they're gonna be in a tier list form. So let me get those ready in 5 minutes, and we will be right back.
Catch you in 5 minutes, bros. Yo, yo.
Onesie, you here, bro? Yo. Yo. Uh-oh. Did I lose him? Chat, did I lose him? Chat, did I lose him? No, 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 no. Chat, did I lose him? Cause how the heck? Bro, I lost him. We'll get him back on though. We'll get him back on though. Give me 1 second. Yep. Yeah, it's the freaking CPU just huffing and puffing, like, you know, like when Gordon from Thomas the Tank Engine like crashed and freaking you saw the tired face. Yeah, it's like that. That's what my computer's doing right now. So give me because the tier list is ready. It's just a matter of if I can get Onesie back in here. Come on. Any second now. Come on. Okay. Come on. Come on. Here we go. No? This is weird.
What's up?
Oh! Thought I lost you. Thought I lost you, guy. Woo!
Nah, you don't lose me. Nobody loses me.
All right. So, actually, no, I can't blow this. So, I can't go into presenter mode for this. I have to blow it up to 118. Right? We'll go to 118.
Cool.
And then, right? And then we'll hide. Oh, yeah, that's right. We hide this bar. We hide this bar. Make it like this. So that way, yeah, because chat can see it like this. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, nope. That's the Yuxi thing. So, nope. Nope, that's still Yuxi. I want to change the... Oh, my God. No, oh, nope. So, I want this. Blow this up more. So that way they don't see the bar. Alright, does that work for everybody? Can we get some thumbs up in the chat if that works for everybody?
Hey, it works for me. It looks good to me.
Okay, good. That by chat I mean you. So let's get this
I am the
crack-a-lackin'.
chat.
Yeah, let's get this crack-a-lackin'. We only got 20 minutes of Meloetta singing left. So, PRs are going to be done like so. So basically, the tier list. It's been a popular thing in the gaming community to make tier lists of wonderful things such as snacks and video games. You guys had the Flabadash podcast yesterday had a tier list of every single Pokemon game ever released. Isn't that right? Isn't that what y'all did yesterday?
Shout out to the Trainer Lounge. That's exactly what we did, yes.
Yeah, so now we have a tier list for all 16 coaches. Yes, we do. Yes, indeed. let me break down the tiers really quickly, and then we'll just go one by one, just like what we did with the drafts. So we have championship contender. So this tier is obviously, as the name states, like if you're in this tier, your team has a serious chance of winning the whole enchilada. And if you don't like enchiladas, well then too bad. So Onesie, I really hope you're a fan of enchiladas because that's kind of what you won last season.
I won the enchilada. Love it.
Good. All right. So we have championship contender. Third place finishers. Third place finishers means you have a good chance of making a playoff run, but you're going to fall short somehow in semifinals and play for the bronze medal, the third place finish. So this would be your... you wouldn't get the enchilada, but you'd get like a bean burrito at best. You get a bean burrito at best.
Nothing wrong with a bean burrito, you know?
Fringe playoff, like this is my goal for myself personally. You just want to make playoffs. Like your team is good enough to make playoffs, but you can't make a serious run. Okay? And finally is the teams that have no business whatsoever making playoffs. They're just here to make content, bros. So with that out of the way, you can go and expand. You can just basically just reiterate what you saw from Winchester's team for the people, and then when I come back, we'll figure out where Winchester goes. Take it away.
Okay, so my boy Blaze. I love you to pieces, Blaze. This team is very well-rounded. It's got a lot of coverage for a lot of different things. It's got a decent amount of bulk. Knucklestack and Gudra are going to be a little bit heavily relied upon for their specific roles. Screamtail is nice insurance for those two defensively. And then you look at this team's offensive potential with Greninja, with Infernape, with Thundurus, with Sizzle, with Gengar. And yeah, it's going to be a very offensive team. I think if Blaze is able to pilot this team well enough, I think this could be a contender for playoffs. I could see that maybe third place could be a decent thing. I'm unsure about putting it as a championship contender. It looks solid, but I'm not sure whether Blaze has what it takes to get it all the way to winning the league this season, just because there's no massive wall-breaking threat on this team. There's no huge, like, oh my god, that's a massive win condition. You've got the Greninja, of course, which, you know, it does its job well enough, but I don't think it's strong enough to really hold the team on its own. Yeah, for me, I think the Winchester Metachamps team, I think it's third place finisher potential for me. I can't see it being a championship contender, but I would put it in third place finishers. And now we just wait for Eli to get back. I don't know what you guys think about it, though. Like, do you agree? Do you disagree? I would personally say Blaze has a good potential to get really high up in the league this season. I do think third place is probably fair enough for it.
Sorry about that. Freaking Salvatore tried to force feed me some pineapple pizza earlier. Jeez.
Oh dear.
I had to escape that. Where are we putting Winchester, in all seriousness?
I thought Winchester as a third place finisher potential. I think that was probably where they were best set up for.
Okay. So they're gonna be fighting for that, bean burrito. Okay. They're gonna be fighting for that bean burrito. Interesting.
Bean burrito time, baby.
All right, I'm gonna go talk about freaking Ecuadorian Envy really quickly here. It's an Envy looking team, especially with the Terra Espeon. Sun in this gen is absolutely disgusting. On top of that, you have grassy terrain because Sun teams don't like ground specifically EQ spam. So Rillaboom deters that with its grassy terrain. You got Hawlucha to clean up if need be. You also have fantastic Breaker and Walking Wake in the sun. Hydro Steam is the only water move that gets boosted in the sun as opposed to nerfed. You underrated Fairy and Grand Bull. Jeez. I don't see a world where it's not a championship contender. Yeah?
Yeah, I agree with that. I really think it could go the distance.
You go right here. We will reorder these afterwards. So right now we're just figuring out what tiers these guys go into, and then then the one in front where Killua is would be number 1, then 2, then 3, then you go to the next tier, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Razor. Now, I was told that even though Razor drafts, goofy teams, despite that, he's been known to just simply outplay the opposition. Like Onesie said, I think Valiante Empo is a really, really tried and true core. It's just the, what did we say? We just said that the hazard, we needed more hazards to proc Empo's competitive, yeah?
Yeah, we wanted more, but then we realized that everything on the team gets bloody hazards anyway, so, this is a tough one, because it doesn't look super threatening when you first look at it, but then you look at all the mons individually, and you realize there's a lot more synergy there, so I'm torn between 2 and 3 here. I'm torn between being a 3rd place and a fringe playoff.
Really? You're thinking maybe it's fringe playoff?
I think it's probably 3rd place. I think it's probably a 3rd placer, but I think we put it in 3rd place, but it's on the right-hand side for me.
Okay, so it'll be a 3rd place finisher, maybe fringe playoff when we go reorder these. All right, we'll do that for now. We got Bruno from Chernobyl, the Chernobyl Dragalges. His dragon is not Dragalge, it is Dragapult, and he built around
there's the drag there.
Yeah, he built around Dragapult pretty well. Arbok without Terra, just for the sake of canceling T-Spikes, is a bit questionable. But regardless, it has good hazard control. With the Treads and Cinderace. You also have the, obviously... why am I blanking on this team? I think it was because we did this a team an hour ago. That's probably why I'm blanking on it.
Yeah. It's got my core of Uxie, Cinderace, Treads.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you have hazard set. Treads doesn't need to necessarily be the dedicated rocker. Because you have Uxie for that, and you talked about how Uxie can potentially do every single role you ask it to, under the right conditions. Anything else that we
There's a lot of game-ending threats here, of course, with the Terramons being really potent Terra users. You've got the Dragapult, which obviously just wins games on its own. I really like this team. For me, I think it's a championship contender.
We're going raw championship contender here. There's no debate. It's gonna be in this tier up here with Killua.
For me, for me anyway, that's where I would put it.
Okay, all right. We have CJ, who is famous for using the deadline day for Grace Period, the last person to use Grace Period before it closes. It changed Mudsdale and Ogerpon to Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and a bunch of other stuff. He has the webs. Yeah, he has webs. He has Dodrio to fill a speed gap. Terra Duraludon instead of Tatsugiri. With the ever so dangerous Jolteon. I said it was top 3. Onesie is saying it's top 5 Terra caps in the league. You that's where you would put it in. Out of all the Terras that everybody's drafted, you would say it's top 5 for sure, but not top 3.
I definitely think it's top 5. It's a very good mon. There's probably, at least with the introduction of some of the returning mons, probably gone down a spot or 2, but it's definitely up there. It's a really good Terramon.
And then we also always overlook the top 2 picks in the Iron Boulder and the Urshifu Rapids. So I think it's in the Razor territory. the third place fringe playoff area, don't you think? Like the tweener range?
I think it's a tweener. It's definitely a tweener. It's a very strong team, and it's got some game-ending threats, but I think there might be at least 3 or 4 teams that are better than it. So I would put it, for now, in the third place, but it's another contender to drop down later on.
Morpeko United. This is Obo. Is this the Mono Mortal Spin team, if I'm not mistaken?
This one is the Mono Mortal Spin team.
That alone might be fringe playoff. I don't like it's on the fringe playoff. I'm just here area just for that alone. I hate to do it because it's like with Razor, we know Obo can outplay regardless of team structure. So, what do you think about this? Maybe I'm tripping.
If we see some changes to this team, and then sure, maybe I could feel a bit more comfortable putting it in third place. But for now, it's fringe playoff, just on the basis of no hazard removal outside of Glimora, which isn't a good hazard removal option anyway. Yeah, it's a strong team, but I think it's got exploitable weaknesses, and I think if it does make playoffs, it's going to have a hard time getting a deep run into playoffs.
But like obviously with certain transactions, you can bump this up to third place finishers under the right with the right moves and whatnot. Because if you do get hazard removal down the line, you free up item space for Chi-Yu specifically. Yeah?
Yes, I think that, the right transactions could really take this to the next level.
And then that leaves me with just here. No, I'm kidding. Oh, no. Once you can place this one for me.
Honestly, I've said it all already, but I think you've drafted really well here. I think you've got a lot of threats. There are some exploitable weaknesses. You might struggle to break on the physical side. But I think just because of the pure amount of threats here and defensive coverage, I would feel very comfortable putting this at championship contender.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa. That's a first. I've never heard such high praise before in any league.
I'm sure you'll let me down, bro. I'm sure you'll let me down. But for now, you've drafted very, very well.
Wow. Okay. All right. I got some pretty high, lofty expectations up in this piece. KJ. KJ is like what, like we were talking about like tweeners for third place in fringe. This is a championship contender third place fringe area for me. I think it's because like I wanted Ninetales Alola on the team instead of King Rock, but I'm all here, but like KJ's main thing is just having things that are gonna do multiple things. Like he loves the versatility of Mons, like he doesn't want to go with one direction the entire season. He wants to mix things up, catch people off guard. So like that's why it's a championship contender for me. But what's making me put it in third place finisher is probably like. It's just I think it's the Terra types for the other two. Like, will Comfy be the main Terra type, or will the other two Terra types will actually do something? That's why I'm like on the fence about this one.
I think all 3 of the Terra type mons are really strong options. I would feel comfortable putting this in third place, probably to the left of Blaze. I think it's slightly better than Blaze's.
Yeah, you want me to put that on the left thing, like, right now? Like, for sure it's going to be left of Blaze?
For now, I think so. I think it's slightly better than Blaze's.
Okay. So we'll put you guys far out. Far East movement. Shout out the Far East movement. Y'all need a comeback tour for real. I'd pay good money for that. I'd pay good money for Far East movement. We're going down to the back half right here. So we got... King Rock is a championship contender. Like he's easily going. Like how like KJ's the left of Blaze. King Rock is on the left side of Killua. Like the threats are there. I don't care that you didn't get Sandslash Alola. Like You still have crazy hazard setting. You have two half defoggers, but like, who cares when you have so much offense behind Veil? Like, it is one dimensional, which is completely opposite of what KJ's draft is, but it just does that one dimension so goddamn well if you're not ready for it.
I agree with it being a championship contender, but I would put it the other side of KJ just because KJ has got really strong offense with a bunch of different styles. Like this one, it's only really going to do one thing, whereas KJ's, there's so many different options it can actually bring. Killua, sorry. There's so many different options that Killua can bring. I think this is slightly worse than Killua's, but still championship contender.
Okay, yeah, well, we're going to put it to the right of me for now. It'll probably move up when we reorder these for sure. Moving on to the Pocket Monster University, you're here to make content, bro. Like, you even said in the draft chat that this is a bulky team, and like you knew going into this would be a bulky team. And you stuck with your gun, and now you're stuck with it for a good chunk of like at least the first 2 weeks. So you're just here to make content, bro. Like even you said that you don't know how this is gonna pilot out, but F it, we ball, you know?
I mean, I know they said they're here to make content, but I unironically think this team has fringe playoff potential. I would put it to the right of Morpeko. I think it's the lowest of the low just because it's just bulk with a couple of offensive threats. It's bulk trying to have Quackwaval carry it, but I think I would put it in third place. Not third place, sorry, fringe playoff.
All right. Well, we'll give him a fair shot. We'll give him a fair shot when it's time to reorder these. Shaded. Your favorite team in the whole league, the Pony Island Pelicans. Your favorite team. Yeah, your favorite team actually has a good shot of making a good run in playoffs. I don't know about championship contender with all of these other teams that are in that same tier, but it's easily a third place finisher.
Yeah, I think it's to the right of the Winchester Metachams, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there, but it's just mostly because like the forward slash of defense followed up by a bunch of offense and a bundle. Like Bundle's not gonna be like the way the team structure is. Like Bundle's not forced to land Hydro Pump, so that's why we put it in third place finisher over Fringe, because it has the tools to get it done. It even has the tools, like you said, to be offensive cycle. So that should be exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Looking forward to see what you can do with this one, Shaded. But I hope you play it better than just super fat every week. You know what I mean?
We have the poison guy in Dashing Sceptile.
The Toxic Trio.
The Toxic Trio himself. Also known as the Cash Master, Cash Money Dash.
Cash Money.
Ooh, I don't want to say Fringe playoff. It's one of those like tweeners between third place finisher and championship contender. I don't know.
What I will say about this team, I think it's the best team I've seen Dashing draft all generation. I like this team a lot. I think I would put it in third place, maybe in between Blaze and KJ.
Yeah. We'll definitely get there when we get there.
Yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
The Charlotte Handalore, get it? Because it wouldn't let me fit the PNG in. Because it's like one of those like thin. It's not a circle logo. Yeah. So the Charlotte Handalore.
The Handalore.
Yeah, where's Handalore going? In this, is it another third place finisher? Eh?
It's another third place finisher, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. It's got so many well-rounded cores. The Terra options are fantastic. and Excadrill, Tyranitar, Zapdos is such a good offensive trio. I am really looking forward to seeing what Shadow does with this. He loves using Sand. He's very good with it, but he doesn't need to bring it either. So, yeah, third placer for me.
All right, so we got Jack here as I restart the song here. This is
Jack's just here to make content. Move on.
No, but in all seriousness, though, this is definitely the best Fringe playoff team. We talked about how high the defense stat is for Bastiodon, so the success of this team really depends if Bastiodon body press with Terra can actually do work.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of other... I mean, it's got the core of Samurott and Annihilate that Joey won PPL Season 1 with. So, you know...
That is what Blaze was telling us about in the front office as a joke, and I was just like... And I got so mad, I was just like, can we, like, be original for, like, 2 seconds? Because Danny did the same thing Season 1. Now we got Jack doing this Season 2. Come on, man. When Can we draft new things? Draft new things! Draft new things! Draft new things! Nah, but Jack really just has to. It really just all depends on the Terra success. More so than what I was saying about KJ and with his Terras. Like Jack's success depends on his Terras more.
Yeah, I would put this in Fringe for now. It's got the potential to move up, but yeah, it's a good team. Like, it's better than the other two in Fringe playoffs, I'll say that much. But yeah, it's got some weaknesses.
We have the Super Bash Bros, Fist to your doom. Again, because we're not saying the whole thing again. Yeah, we're not saying the whole thing again. Yeah, screw that. I mean, we talked about... Well, what did we talk about? We talked about the Necrozma being underrated, even though it's a crazy good... Like, it's an expensive 16-pointer, but under the right hands, it will play like a 17 or 18. We also talked about Serena being your only hazard removal, so maybe that's why your Fringe playoff alone. But at least it's more reliable than Obo's mono freaking mortal spin. So we'll sandwich him in between Jack and Obo, yeah?
Yeah, I would put that in between Jack and Obo. I think it's got the potential to be a really scary team, but it is exploitable. So Fringe is probably for the best.
Mm-hmm. And then what do we think about Shadow Gallade at the wheel? Having control of all the Ogerpon masks. Will we see Hearth Flame the whole season, or will he switch it up and go to Wellspring or Cornerstone?
I'm waiting to see Ogerpon onesie coming out.
Oh, the onesie stone. Oh, the onesie stone mask. Oh, that, man, I need to see. We need to see that. We need to see that on deadline day. That would be a hype story to report from Matt Block for sure.
For me, this is. I'm torn on it because one part of me thinks you've got quite interesting removal options with Chinchino and Fortress, but you don't want to be forced to run Tidy Up and Rapid Spin every week on them. You've got, well, to be fair, Weezing does also get the defog, so there is quite a few bits of removal.
Yeah, the Weezing Galar to be exact, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There's some quite good defensive options with the Regirock. You've got Terra Primate, which is also a very big threat with the Rage Fist. There's Ogerpon Raging Bolt. I can see this being mid-third place.
All right, so that will transition us to reordering. So the 4 championship contenders, which is probably what I wanted the final tier list to be anyway. We have 4 teams because the way math works is quarters has 8 teams, and then after that, semis is 4 teams. So therefore, there should be 4 championship contenders here. So
yeah,
1 through 4 wise, I think King Rock goes 1, Killua 2, Bruno 3, and obviously me at 4 for obvious reasons, because I'm gonna bottle the living crap out of this.
You have a lot of faith in King Rock, don't you?
I think it's just the fact that because think about this. If we saw the King Rock from last season come this season, You know, the guy that replaced Danny and then just, you know, ruined
Yeah.
my playoff chances? Yeah. Yeah, he's numero uno for me.
You've also got to remember, this is the King Rock that I beat with Mudslap Sylveon.
Man, but Mudslap, okay, Mudslap is banned now because all accuracy dropping moves are banned. And B,
Oh,
you're not
yeah, that shit banned.
even here to grab another enchilada. So like,
no, for real. I think for me, I would swap Killua and King Rock. I personally think Killua is my number one pick for the league. So
all right, how many people do we have in chat? Chat will tie break this. Do we want?
We got 5 in chat at the moment, right? Chat, tie break this for us.
Tie break this for us.
King Rock.
Tie break this for us, chat. Do we have King Rock at 1 or Killua at 1? By the way, this would be a great time to plug the PDD server because, I mean, I don't know if you're doing anything after this, but I don't have anything to do after this, so if people want to, you know, talk more about the live stream or just have any questions about anything, you know, I'll send the invite out to you know, just hang out in the server, VC, chill out, and talk about the upcoming season and things like that.
Yeah,
and it'll also
I'll be in here.
Yeah, it'll also give us time to you know, to gather votes and everything.
So Shaded has said that Shaded put King Rock at 1.
We need more.
So
we need more votes, though. We need more votes. Come on, chat. Come on, chat.
I'm being outvoted here. So
you're being outvoted here. What do you mean you're being?
I'm being outvoted.
Oh gosh. King
means
KR at 1. Myself at 0 because the freaking heart was covering the 0 earlier. He said put him at 0. I wish there was a 0 ranking, Shaded. I really wish there was. I wish.
Yeah. I think we put King Rock at 1 then. King Rock at 1, Killua at 2, Bruno at 3, and yourself at number 4.
Alright, and then we have a bunch of third place finishers. I'd like to narrow this big, giant row. I mean, it doesn't have to be 4. It could be 5. It could be 5 as well. So we just need to narrow down 5. We just need to narrow down 5, the most, and then the rest can be in fringe. So which ones are third place locks, assuming this 4 is stationary up here?
I think KJ is locked, Blaze is locked, Shaded is probably locked, and for me, Dashing is locked. That would be my pick.
Interesting. So we're putting Razor. CJ, the Handalure, the one,
Handalure.
just one hand. No two, so it's just a Handalure for today. And a Shadow. So the 2 Shadow people are fringe playoff. Interesting.
I think so. The Shadows are on the fringe. I think we put them there. I mean, this is purely based off of draft alone.
Yes.
We
need to put that note out there that this is just from the draft alone. Obviously, the coach itself can outplay the team or just underperform the team, right? Or underpilot it in my case, right? So this is just strictly team alone. Just the team itself, like from the outside in, like, you know, like the Hawkeye in the whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for me, from here, I would only put Morpeko United and the Metagross University down into the bottom tier.
You want to do that right now before we reorder the third place things? That's what we're doing?
I think so, because that would make it easier moving forward.
Yeah, so Oboe and Star are just here to make content. There's no shame in that, though. Because that's what this league is all about at the end of the day. Pure content, you know? Like, every league needs, like, you know, a Nexus or 2 or 5, you know? In my opinion, at least.
Yeah. Every league needs them. An outsider.
But back to third place category. So, do we have this order like as is? Like, you know, just KJ Blaze, Shaded, Dashing in this order? Like, how are we rearranging this? Or are we just keeping it as is?
That would honestly be my order. I think I would put it in that order. Do you have any strong opinions on any moving up or down?
I think, well, it would be a really dumb one for me to put Dashing over Shaded just because of the artwork that which has nothing to do with the team whatsoever. It's just the majestic poetry of it. It would be more like, you know how like YouTube has channel banners? Yeah, that needs to be a new channel banner at the very minimum for Dashing. Like, that's the only thing I would probably change, is just put Dashing over Shaded just because, like, the content is there already. But I think the order is just, like, you know, as good as it gets right here. And then the final tier, the tier 3 Fringe Playoff. Do we like all of these guys here in Fringe Playoff, or do you think one can be on the back end, you know, the caboose behind Dashing?
I don't know. I don't really have any. I don't really have any extra opinions on that. I think those four are locked in at third place. I'm happy to move, you know, Dashing and like Shaded next to him. I'm happy to move those two
sorry.
away,
That's the what's it called? Yeah, that is Shaded. Whoops. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the trash bin blocking it. It was the trash bin blocking it. So you thought Pelipper was gonna send a mail to the trash. That was what was throwing you off there. My bad.
There we go.
Whew. But
Right.
Fringe Playoff. Who's gonna be leading the pack in Fringe Playoff? I think leading the pack, it has to be the last two coaches of the draft, like the Fist and Shadow, are gonna headline this category. I mean Shadow Glade, not Stitch. I mean Stitch can follow along too, I guess. So I think we're gonna put Jack over here and then slide these guys up 3.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
And then do we leave? And I think we're gonna leave Razor and CJ where they are. So it would look like this. And then the final question would be: Do you think? What was the word? Okay, in order to determine whether Fist goes up to third place or Fringe, can we look at the head-to-head really quickly? I want to pull up the head-to-head for this. So we're gonna pull up. So we have. All right. So we have Fist here. We have Fist here. Okay. So take a good look at that for a little bit. We're gonna let Onesie, like, you know, analyze this really closely. You know.
Yeah.
You got your what is that? Is it a monocle where it's like hanging on the side in the olden days? Is it called a monocle?
Yeah, monocle.
Yeah, once he's got his monocle on to properly, you know, mentally screenshot the team here.
Yeah, man, your boy's got his monocle. He's taking a look. He's comparing, and
Dashing's here.
Yeah,
yep.
I've got it.
And Dashing's here. You got it? Okay.
I got it.
So the question to determine whether Fist goes into third place is if we don't have play-in games, right? This isn't the NBA. We don't have play-in games. This isn't NCAA. We don't have play-in games. In a head-to-head, who would win and why? In a head-to-head. Okay. So we have, again, this is Dashing's side, as highlighted by the channel banner, the new channel banner. Yes, I said it. You Dashing, you don't get a say in this. Dashing, you don't get a say in this. This is your new channel banner now. Deal with it. Okay? Done. All right? So, again, Dashing, Fist, Dashing. Onesie, who wins this game?
I think Fist wins this game.
And how does Fist win this game? How does Fist win this game?
I think Fist breaks through Iraq with Terra Water or Araquanid.
Really?
Like, no answers. Apart from, like, Appleton, but even then, their Fist has answers to that. And the offensive trio of Garchomp, Weavile, and Necrozma, I think, is stronger than any offense that Dashing can throw out here. I think Fist wins this game.
To counteract your Araquanid statement, we have a Water Absorb Mon and Clodsire. Does Araquanid have any coverage, like a random like Zen Headbutt or something, to hit through the Clod?
I am gonna actually look that up because I haven't seen this.
Because that's the one thing that's the one criticism I have with your statement is Water Absorb Clodsire. Now, traditionally,
the problem is I don't think Clodsire is a good bring to this game per se because Weavile, Garchomp, and Necrozma all absolutely shred it.
That's so you're saying if they played, Clodsire has a good chance of being benched, like it would sit on left bench or something.
I would bench it here.
So that's why you're saying the Araquanid is free. Because as long as Dashing benches the Clod, then the Araquanid goes free. Because then your water resist is Bubby, Hello Critty, and Keldeo, excuse me. Whew.
Yeah.
I mean, you could offensively pressure it out with Kilo, but there's a difference between switching in and offensive pressure.
Yes.
And maybe if Karkle was the Terra captain, you could put... Well, no, you can't Flame Body Burn it because of Water Bubble. So actually, that's off the table as well. And Cash Splash 100-yard dash is neutral to water.
Yeah. So I just think Araquanid kind of melts that matchup. Obviously, the Clodsire could come and kind of block it, but even so, if it does, it's set up fodder and gives the freest switch ever into Weavile and Necrozma.
So, with that being said, I don't know if Fist is still here, but congratulations, guy. You are in the third place finisher, and now the Fringe playoffs are headlined by the two Shadow people. There you go.
Hell yeah.
So
shout out to the Shadows.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is your PDD Power Rankings. So at 1, we have King Rock and the Suicune Sableye? King Rock and the Sableye.
Still don't know how to pronounce that.
King Rock and the Sableye finished first in the Power Rankings. Killua and the New Jersey Gold Angles at 2. Bruno 7 and the Chernobyl Dragalges at number 3. Myself, a Bathing Annihilate at number 4. 5th, KJ and the Cleveland Indides. Blaze of the Winchester Minichans is 6. Shaded, 7th, the Pony Island Pelipers. 8th, Dashing Sceptile. 9th, Fist to Your Doom. 10, Shadow Gallade. Yeah, 10. I can count. I promise you. 11 is the Charlotte Chandelures, coached by Shadow Stitch. 12 is Jack, a.k.a. Gray V. 13 is Razor and the Galaxy Brain Gallipods. 14 is Phoenix Incineroars, coached by C.J. Jensen. 15 is Obo and the Morpeko United. And 16 is the Pocket Monster University, coached by the Starfish. Final closing statement, Onesie, before we head out of here.
Okay, so you might be disappointed with your placement in these power rankings, but please note that anyone in this league can outplay anyone else. This is based off of draft alone from our two very inexperienced opinions. So you might have a better idea for your draft than we have with it, but that doesn't mean that your draft is bad. It just means that we haven't seen something that you have or something like that. So feel free to let us know if you disagree or agree. But yes, that is your power rankings.
Yeah, feel free to comment in the VOD as we are exiting here. Feel free to comment in the VOD. I got to 95, 96 subs today, so that's that was really cool. Shout out to you guys. You know, we didn't get the 100 today, but you know what? We'll try again. Maybe in the award show or you know the deadline day special. Who knows? It's been fun. It's been fun. I know we went super over on time because I was like, KJ, we're only gonna use 2 hours, and then this thing says 3. So I was blatantly wrong. I was wrong, and KJ was right once again. Gosh darn it!
Always listen to KJ. Man's got a head on his shoulders.
Yeah, for real, for real. It really has been fun. It's truly an honor. Actually, it was Woodsie's idea. He ran it by me. Hey, do you want to stream it? And I was just like, in what world do I say no? In what world did I say no?
It was a fun time, bro.
Yeah.
To me on
From the technical difficulties to now, it has been a blast. So, it's been your boy Eli the Rebel. I will catch you guys later. Peace. Onesie, close out.
Yeah, thank you for watching, gang, and we'll be back with some more PDD analysis at some point during the season. So, sleep well and try not to die. Good luck. Goodbye.